Hey everybody, welcome to We Watched a Movie. I am Mike, back to We Watched a Movie. That was weird. I screwed up the whole thing. Jay's going to be here in just a minute. He's running a few minutes late, had to restart his computer or finish pooping, whatever that means. But I hope you guys are having an awesome evening. It is Monday, and it's been a minute since we've done a live stream together. So I'm very excited. Been looking forward to it all day, all weekend, all my life. Did you guys know I'm gay? Just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm gay. Just to start the stream, a little come out action. And just needed everyone to know that, in case you were wondering. Good old Monday, Garrett. How's it going? What's up, Egg Shin, Stacey James, Colton Candler, Kenneth DeLap, Sandman, Jack Reed, Mr. Masenko, Christopher Parslow, Evil Hell Music, Marlon Angulo, D. Mitch, G. Nasty, and Bat Beast, Kyle Kehoe. What's up, my friends? It's good to see you guys. I'm excited to have a couple of adult apple juices and talk movies with you guys tonight. This is going to be a good one. Hope you guys had an awesome day. My day was okay. Kid's been sick, so that sucks. But I went to the good old Paylor's Mall today and went VHS shopping. We have a Paylor's Mall in Lexington that's like 3 levels, and it's huge, and it's so skanky. And like, when you go upstairs in it, it feels like the building is going to implode on itself. You can feel the floors like creaking beneath you. You know, you could get stabbed by a meth head around any corner. Anything could happen. And as what happens to me usually when I'm in a place with old books, there's something about the smell of books, especially old books, that makes me have to poop. And I'm walking around, and I got a whole stack of VHS tapes. And I'm like, I'm going to use the bathroom because I have to. I tried to force it. No way. This is not a place you want to use the bathroom. I went to use the bathroom, and this guy and this lady was in there, and he was like helping her up the steps, and she was like, he's like, go on, honey, get in there. And I was like, I'm not shitting after that lady. I'm just not doing it. So I actually put my VHS tapes down and got in my car and drove to a Sam's Club, of which I do not have a membership. And I walked in. I thought, this will be fine. But I had to go. I mean, my legs hurt. I had to shit so bad. And then I walked in, and this lady's standing there, and she's like, hey, can I have your membership card, please? And I'm like, I don't have one, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get one. That's what I'm going to do. And she was like, you go right ahead. And I was like, I will. Thank you. And the desk to purchase your membership card is like right there, like 20 feet away or something. And she watches me walk up to the desk and then just turn away. And half of me, like my paranoid side, thought that like the whole, like I was going to turn around and like security was going to be chasing me. Like, that guy's not got a membership, but he's trying to poop in our toilet. But I made it to the bathroom, and it was a semi-clean bathroom, and I did my business. So I'm glad you guys tuned in on your Monday night to hear about my bowel movements. It's like calling your parents when you're older. Am I right? Oh, Lord. Oh, me. Jägerbomb, thanks, buddy. He says, is this rumor true about I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel? So they're doing the new thing of the other sequels never happened thing. Yeah, like the legacy sequel thing. Yeah, I just put up a video about this actually a couple hours ago. It's crazy because I Know What You Did Last Summer. It is back, and they are allegedly going to do the requel thing. I don't know if they're going to cut out part 2. You know, part 3 is deader than a fish in a fucking bucket. I don't know what that means. Maybe a bucket that doesn't have water in it, but part 3 is definitely going to get cut out. But part 2, in my opinion, I don't know how you guys feel about this one, but I think the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer is actually better than the movie. It had Jack Black in it, had Brandy in it, and had some wild shit going on in that one. So it would suck if they cut that one off, you know, but I'm down for it, whatever. They say they're bringing back Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar, or not Sarah Michelle Gellar, but Jennifer Love Hewitt. I get them confused. Can't help myself. Hey, man.
Hi.
Did you get your wiener rebooted?
Yeah, it's all done. It's all good. Hands up, pants down. Let's get the party going. M. Night Shyamalan, twists and titties coming at your buttholes.
I was just telling them about my homosexuality and need to poop in bookstores.
I see.
You know, the usual.
Yes, usually the homosexual activities take place while pooping in a bookstore. It's pretty interesting
if you're
stuff
lucky.
right there. I like
That's
that
what I call
stuff.
a twofer.
That's what I call a great Tinder profile, or maybe Grindr. I watched we watched the Knock in the Cabin. I watched that today, but I also, it was the first time I watched it because I always had it in my queue and I never got around to watching it, but watched Old for the first time last night.
Did you like it?
It was all right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too.
Yeah,
It's
because
all
I had to. Well, because I was thinking of like, because there's 2 movies that M. Night Shyamalan did that I've never even fucking. Well, I never heard of them. It's like called Chasing Rage or something like that. That his first movie that he did,
Praying with Anger.
Praying,
Yeah.
yeah, Chasing Anger or Chasing Rage. That sounds like a Michael Myers documentary. But
Very
no,
different.
yeah, that's a documentary of Michael Myers chasing rage. But and then the other one that he did, it was like a comedy, a drama or something about a little kid that loses his faith with Rosie O'Donnell that was out in like 94 or 95. That's it's so weird that he did those kind of movies. I would have watched it because it was a tearjerker.
Yeah, I watched those. So I wrote an article ranking the things like 1,000 years ago, right, on some shitty website somewhere, and I watched both of those, and I was like, these aren't M. Night Shyamalan movies. I was like, that was his first 2 movies he did was Praying with Anger and something else that was like Wide Awake or some shit like that, and like neither of them are an M. Night movie. You could tell he was basically shooting a commercial for somebody, you know?
Well, I know the first one, the synopsis of it, like he goes back to his home country of India. He plays himself because I mean he was the first. He was, you know, he was the main star in it because he was a debut directing, so he probably didn't have the money to cast anybody. And it's a culture shock when he goes back to his home country. And that's literally what the synopsis is. And then the other one is like some little boy that loses his faith in God after his grandparents die. I was like, okay. The fuck? I mean, I was like, M. Night was going through some shit. That was like a span of like 4 years. Holy hell.
I'm not a Rosie fan, but that movie actually wasn't that bad. But it's like Wes Craven. He did like a movie about like a music class or something. Like I think they all have a
Well, John Carpenter did like he did the Elvis movie, cast Kurt Russell.
Yeah. He did a couple weird ass ones. I tried to watch a couple of Carpenter's very first. There's ones about these dudes in space, unwatchable. Like I mean, it was a fucking college film or something, you know?
Was it called Space Cowboys?
No, that wasn't the one. Oh,
that was
Clint
a turd
Eastwood.
No, I was all right. I just liked it because Tommy Lee Jones and the other guys were with Clint Eastwood. I think he was in it. No, he wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I never watched that one. Inky says, "What's up, Inky?" Says, "I'm alive. Hope you boys haven't forgot about me." Anyways, I was hoping to go through your entire catalog of Michael Loomis videos and making a compilation of every nut shot.
There'll be quite a few.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I try to take a couple of those and put like a couple shots like on the TikTok or whatever of like because it's little short videos or whatever. Took some nut shots, some slaps and things like that, and put them on there. And damn near got my account banned.
Yeah,
on TikTok because it's like you showed violence, and I'm like, I had a cup on, bro. It doesn't count.
So many nut shots, we put Almond Joy out of business.
That's true, man. My nuts look like rocks.
They look like gravel.
They got tough, thick skin.
The whole video, if you do that video, that compilation, the song over top of it, said, "Ain't that tough enough?" That's what
there's like jackass. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
I will say the thing about that, A Knock in the Cabin. You guys know it's based on a book. The ending of the book is completely different than the ending they went with. Yeah, and I was like, holy, because I was like, I go on, like I watched it. I went on Reddit to see what people were thinking about the ending, and they're like, "Oh, it's totally different from the book." I didn't even know it was a book. The book's name is actually cooler though. It's called like The Cabin at the End of the World.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's weird. It's weird, dude, because like I think that, honest to God, and we'll get into our review here in just a minute of it, but like I think that had this been an original story and not been based on a book, and the trailer didn't tell you, hey, these guys are breaking in this cabin because they have an ultimatum and then they have to save the world by sacrificing a member of their family. If you just went into this like you did as a kid, like when you watched Seven or something, had no idea what it was about, and watched that story unfold, probably would have blown your goddamn mind. But since you knew going in, it was like pretty standard.
What they fucked up is the marketing, because on the second trailer they gave away the whole plot. The whole plot is given away in the second trailer. That's what everybody on Reddit was bitching about too. I myself did not participate in the bitching, but I was like, yeah, 100%. Like I already figured out most of it before I even watched it based on that second trailer.
Yeah, and then also like, I mean, it's not really their fault this time for the marketing, although it's a Universal film and they always fuck over their films in the trailers. But like, I mean, this was a novel that was out, so I think it was pretty obvious what was going on anyway. You weren't going to surprise a lot of people, but if they would have been super sneaky with the trailer, I guess it could have been surprising. Yeah, no, sucks though. It's balls of steel. Brandon Ferguson, what's up, dude? He says, sup guys, not related, but have either of you watched the Last of Us TV series on HBO yet? Also, Jay, I tried to add you on Xbox Live, but not sure if I have the right gamer tag. It was just a guy trying to hit on me and send me nudes.
Noobmaster 69 is what you got to go with. No, I haven't. I think I saw a message. I'll check it when we're done here tonight. I think I've got a couple of messages. There's a couple other people tried to add me, so I'll check and see if you're on there, Brandon. But yeah, I did watch The Last of Us. I actually the first 2 episodes. I haven't watched the 3rd and the 4th yet, but it's all right. It's pretty good.
I watched the first 2 as well. Or no, I just watched the first one. I haven't got to the second one yet.
I like good. Pedro Pascal, so he's a good choice for Joel.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I saw of it. I think it's being a little overhyped. I mean, if you look online, like everything on the internet's like, it's the greatest fucking piece of content that's ever graced the world.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, look, it's good. The video game I remember playing. The video game was fucking great. The first one, I never played the second one. I fucked that. I knew about it being like trash ass game. Like everybody hated it, and I know why. I'm not gonna get into the spoilers why though. If you haven't played The Last of Us 2, but The Last of Us 1, fucking awesome. The only thing about this TV, the live adaptation that they're doing right now is Joel's perfectly cast as Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal's Joel, but I don't think that girl that they cast as Ellie, she's not bad. I'm not saying she's a bad actress, but she's Ashley Johnson played Ellie in the video game, and she had a certain innocence about her that was perfect. I don't know. This girl just doesn't. I don't know. She's rough around the edges there, sir. But she's also British, and she's working on her English, her American accent. It's not really working because sometimes you hear shit slip up in there because she's from Game of Thrones. She's like, I'm not going with you. I'm like, what the fuck was that? You're possessed by demons, child. Like you'll hear a British accent slip in. Like this bitch is an imposter. Kill it.
Yeah, dude, I'm not I swear to God, I'm not. Next time there's a console that needs to be bought, I'm not buying a fucking Xbox because I've never played The Last of Us. It sounds like the kind of game I'll play. Every game I want to fucking play is a PlayStation game. I don't know why the fuck I bought an Xbox.
Yeah, they do have some really good exclusives right now. Like they got the Spider-Man game was amazing. Spider-Man was awesome. Spider-Man 2 looks great, and then they're the same company is making Wolverine, which is going to be PS5 exclusive.
Of course it is. Of course.
Well, I mean, we got Xbox has got Bethesda. We got Fallout and fucking Elder Scrolls, so those are right up your alley.
Yeah, exactly. That's not.
I like that shit though. I like that shit though.
I made an egregious error. Maybe I thought Halo, I guess, was going to be popular again, but like,
they're under different management, so they might come back.
Yeah, still the last one was just like
343. Well, 343 shit the bed. They're gone, so they're no longer in charge. Yeah. I don't know what studio's taking it over.
Well, they're not selling me another bag of goods. God damn it! I'm going to PlayStation when I have.
Oh, by the way. This is off subject, but I will say I did read a little bit more. Yeah, I mean that's totally loving the Dixon 76. Yes. But I was gonna say I was reading a little bit more about the James Gunn DCEU, and I was like skeptical at first. I mean, I'm not like skeptical. James Gunn's a great director. Obviously, he's gonna be. I mean, whatever he does is gonna be good, but hopefully. But I like the idea of what they're doing here. Pretty much, they were talking about, or James Gunn was explaining that Superman's already got a job. He already works at the Daily Planet. He already has been a superhero. Mm-hmm. So, and then the article was pretty much saying, and in striking contrast to what the MCU did, they built their heroes up. They're going to push you right into the world where the heroes have already been around for a while. It's already established. So that means no background stories, none of that bullshit that's going to take 2 movies to explain, because everybody knows who Clark Kent Superman is. They know their origin. They know Batman. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I think James Gunn said they're going to set the timeline, Superman being in his late 20s or maybe mid 20s. And then Batman is going to meet Damian Wayne for the first time. So that would put Batman in his 30s, maybe late 30s, mid 30s. So he's been doing it for at least a decade. So that's going to explain the time differences.
I trust James Gunn. I think he's going to do a good job. I really do. Like nothing I saw from that like blew me away or anything, but like I'm down. I'm excited to see what he does with it. I'll just put it that way. Brave and the Bold sounds pretty good. Damian always got on my fucking nerves. He's a little shit.
I hate Damian Wayne. I never liked him. I know I'd rather them just make something centered around like fucking Tim Drake or Jason.
But to be fair though, I don't like any of the Robins. I just never have. So like, but like I watched all the animated DC films with
you don't like Dick Grayson?
Well, I like half of it. Just the tip. Ouch, you're on my hair. But like, you know, I just in the animated films, he was a Weasley little bitch. Someone said that Robbie from Cobra Kai would be perfect for him, and I'm like, I kind of agree. He's kind of a Weasley little bitch too. Yeah, where he's got that
like a smug ass attitude.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne needs to take a belt and whip that boy's face.
Yeah,
and call it a training accident to the
I'm
cops.
gonna give it to you straight about Jason.
He's like,
Austin said my old car was a 94 Lincoln that did not work. Just bought a 2023 blacktop Dodge Challenger, and I feel like Batman. Just settled all my lawsuits. Fuck you, Debbie.
That's awesome, dude. Austin, you should do like a reenactment of the Diet Coke commercial with Alfred. You'd be like, no, he'll be driving a specific car. That Diet. You remember when he was driving in like a fast food or a drive-through or something? What was it? You know what I'm talking about? The Diet Coke commercial.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, that one. I can't remember the exact, but you know what I'm talking about.
That was
You know
good
what I'm
shit. Dude, there's nothing like driving around a piece of shit that's actually dangerous, and that when it rains, you get really scared that you're gonna die. And going from that to actually having a nice car that works. So happy for you, dude. That's a great feeling,
Good
Austin.
stuff, Austin.
Andrew Kiff says, dude, I didn't get a notification you're live. What the fuck? YouTube be fucking us, man. They be fucking us. They fuck you in the drive-thru.
You don't get it.
Fuck you in the drive-thru.
We're trying to do like a underground thing here. Like we're like fucking Fight Club without the abs, because we're gonna get fucking like murdered if they ever really pay attention to us. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just keep it on the DL. Everyone's invited to this sex party, but let's just not tell everyone.
Too small to be canceled. You know what I mean? Tim, holy shit, that's not small. That's not small at all. No, it's not. Battle and a bat. Tim, dude, thank you so fucking much, man. He says, hope you guys and all of the chat are well. A few weeks ago, Michael Mann released a sequel to his Heat movie called Heat 2. Takes place in 1988, 1995 after the ending of the movie, and 2000. De Niro, Pacino, Kilmer, Ashley Judd's character in it. Fucking awesome. Dude, I bought the fucking audiobook to that. I actually forgot I had it. I listened to the first couple chapters of it. The guys who do the audio on the audiobook sound like Al Pacino and shit. It's fucking awesome. It's so good.
That's badass, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also depressing though, because like you're listening to it and you're like, this is such a cool story, because it kind of follows Val Kilmer's character.
Yeah.
Like after she kind of shoos him off, she's like, the fucking cops are here, and shoos him off. He's in like some shithole and he's all fucked up, and he's trying to get on his feet because he knows he's gonna get caught, but he's still in love, so he wants to figure that shit out. And like, I won't give anything else away.
Is this the David Hasselhoff story, or is it about?
It's literally just
it's David Hasselhoff eating a burger off a fucking ground.
Yeah. But the story's really good, and the voice actors are really fucking good. But it just makes you sad because you're like, unless they CG people, unless they go back and CG Val Kilmer in there or Al Pacino, like it's not gonna.
They're gonna try. They could try to do it with like what they did with The Irishman, even though some people blasted that shit for it not looking good.
I thought it was great.
I didn't think it looked bad. I mean, they're not gonna pump like Avatar money into it. I mean, it was. I mean, it's still. I mean, they had a lot of money going into those effects, but they didn't want to make it so fucking look like they didn't want to look fake, like a video game. Yeah, like where it just looked like they were walking around with motion capture.
I haven't watched it since then. I need to go back and rewatch that, but I thought they did a great job with it. I think they should do that. But Tim,
I know what it was. I think it's because not the way they looked; it was the way that they still moved like old men, even though they look like they were in their 40s. Like they would do edits and cuts to make Robert De Niro move around like. And he looked like he was like going on a rascal, beating someone's ass, rather than like being Robert De Niro.
I'd have to check it out, but like from what I remember, I don't remember feeling that way about it at all when we reviewed it. I think I liked it. We even did a Michael Myers skit on that one. But no, thank you, Tim. Really appreciate that, man. Blue Blood says, did I tell you I got in a fight with David Swimmer 2005 at a Las Vegas casino? He broke a bottle in me.
Oh, damn, that
doesn't sound like a fight. It sounds like you guys got a little too wacky. You know what I'm saying?
God, who didn't bring the lube?
You know
what a workout for the old butthole that was.
I hope that's a true story, Blue Blood.
You know, in some places you can get paid a lot of money if you can do that live. Put a bottle up the old butthole.
I saw someone do that once.
I know, it's so fucking nasty.
Oh, God. Chad Power says, left my ass off Loomis. Can you spell I cup?
Can you spell J-O-B? Job? Shut up.
Slash Boy, good to see you. Hey guys, love and miss you two very much. I was expecting more from Knock at the Cabin, and it was pretty underwhelming for me. Understandable. Also, any plans for meetups this year? You guys are the best.
Thanks, man.
You're the best. Well, we don't know for sure if we're doing Scarefest or not because they have not contacted us, but we are doing Bride of Frankencon in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we're actually going to be allegedly doing a panel with Felissa Rose for the anniversary of.
She's the woman that showed her dick.
That was her
in the camp. Crazy. I'm gonna say, Melissa, why'd you show your wiener to all those people? Like
show it to us right now.
Oh,
I dare you.
God.
But more to come on that for sure. Slash Boy, thank you so much. It was good to see you at the last meetup. It was a treat. Michael Parton says, I'm mostly hyped for Swamp Thing. That's true too, man.
That's gonna be awesome.
They did it, and Gunn said this is gonna be a horror movie. Now, when Marvel
that's exactly
says,
that's how you need to make Swamp Thing.
Yeah, 100%. Marvel's like, Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be a horror film. I'm like, okay, Mr. Magoo. But when James Gunn says it, you're getting a fucking horror movie.
I think it could have Doctor Strange 2 could have been a horror movie if they let Sam Raimi have full control, but they didn't. You could tell that he wanted to. You could tell at one point some of those shots were obviously Evil Dead references, and he really wanted to crank up the horror with Scarlet Witch. And they're like,
he made it fun.
Yeah, he did the best he could. I did my best.
Super about to watch the Swamp Thing movies to get reincarnated with it. That's not what I meant to say. I'm at least hyped for Supergirl because I don't know why they chose her over Wonder Woman, leaving her in limbo despite the Themyscira prequel series.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't look. I mean, I know people like Supergirl. I mean, she's fine, but Wonder Woman is like one of the big three. Why the fuck would you leave out one of your like best hitters? And like, I don't play baseball or really watch it, but I know why would you bench one of your best hitters? Like that'd be like benching Sammy Sosa for a guy named fucking Fred Willard. I know he's an actor, or he was an actor, but putting that Fred Willard in there who's had one hit his entire season, it's like, yeah, put Fred in there. Fuck Sammy.
I'm interested in the way he put it though, because the way he said it, he was like, and by the way, this Supergirl is gonna be fucked up. Like Superman was kind of coddled. Yeah, that's kind of what he was saying, and she had it way rough, so she's gonna be really rough around the edges. So I think the Supergirl could being that it's James Gunn doing this, Supergirl could be pretty fucking gnarly and could be something different than what we gotten. I
don't know. I don't know if they've announced that even they're going to keep Gal Gadot. I guess she's gone. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. That Themyscira Game of Thrones series, all I'm going to say is it sounds like there's going to be a lot of late night Cinemax lady on lady action, if you know what I'm saying.
What time's that come on? I'm just doing it for the reviews.
Research. Joe Valentine says, Loomis, shout out to my sons, Braden and Bryson.
Braden and Bryson, you guys already sound like lawyers. I don't like it. Come to Braden and Bryson practice. We won't. Never mind. You boys get to sleep. It's 8:30.
Inky says, I just remember my friend bullied me earlier because I forgot Mark Wahlberg was a real person and not a character you do for a second. I almost cried.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of old Schallberger, I've got him on my list because I don't. Do I have him on my list? Oh, I do. Yeah.
If he made your top 10, that's going to be interesting.
Well, I didn't. There's only been a few I've seen. He's only got like 13 movies.
Well, I will say this. The other day I was yelling at the dogs and Katie was like, why are you doing your Mark Wahlberg? I was like, I'm not. But I guess I was like, Thor, get over there and get your fucking bone. Oh, no. I don't know why, but I just like slipped into it for some reason. That's okay, Inky. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
I kid. It didn't make my list. Fuck no.
I think it may have made mine. But I'm sassy like that. John Carlin says, what's up, boys? Been on a 90s action kick and just rewatch Executive Decision.
Woo!
You are. Good
right
times. Kurt Russell, John Leguizamo, Halle Berry, and Steven Seagal.
Well, Steven Seagal like is kind of like with an asterisk by it. Because I remember that too when it came out in 1994. It's a picture of Seagal and Kurt Russell on the cover. I'm like, in Hollywood Video or Blockbuster or whatever. And Cody and I were like, my brother, he was like, holy shit, man, it's Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal on a movie. And then Steven Seagal fucking dies in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, what the shit?
That was maybe the first time I've ever been fucking like fanboy mad in a movie theater. I was like, he didn't just die, did he?
Yeah.
He's hanging on to the plane, right? What do you mean he's fucking dead?
Well,
where the fuck is Steven Seagal?
When the fuck did we get ice cream? That's like, I bet Steven Seagal was like, if he was probably going to try to do a rewrite on that. So he's like, actually, what I think I should do is my ponytail hides a parachute. It's an ancient secret of Chinese Shaolin monks of the blood belt Shidoshi of the eastern hills of Siberia. And they're like, no, you can't use your ponytail as a utility belt. You've never met Master Kanata. Because he's a liar. I swear to God, Steven Seagal's the biggest bullshitter I've ever heard in my life.
He'd probably just be like, I didn't die. I wasn't in the movie, but I landed on my feet.
Yeah,
you don't understand. If you hit the ground,
he just landed on. Yeah, he's
Indian
like
tradition.
I think if I rolled up into a ball tight enough, I could land like a cat and pounce.
The Japanese call it kawashiwi.
Yeah.
Lake said, "Come to Orlando. I fucking want to." We do, dude. Yeah. Orlando's a place that we.
I'd like to go to. I want to go to Universal Studios Hollywood or Universal Studios Orlando. I mean, stupid.
Fuck. Yes, dude. We should do that one day. It would be so fun. I would come. Gary says, wish we would have seen more of the Cabin in the Woods universe, but we can't because of the ending. But I guess they could do prequels. I'm interested with the monsters like the rip-off Pinhead and that fucking snake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. I don't know why they never did that because there were so many different opportunities missed, I think, for a sequel to that. But by the way, I will say, I'm sorry, I can't really answer your question that well because I'm distracted by that fucking badass pick you have as your profile pic. That's amazing. That looks some good shit right there.
Is that Havoc?
That's some fucking Thomas Wayne shit right there. Woo wee. That's some Dark Knight from the multiverse. That's some Flashpoint Batman.
Oh, I can't tell. It just looks like he has two of those couch vacuum cleaners.
Goddamn Magnum. No, those are
Dirt
fucking,
devils.
I don't know what they are. Like, I don't know guns. So those Desert Eagles, those look badass and sexy. By the way, what's his name that played Thomas Wayne that played Thomas Wayne in the Zack Snyder? Jeffrey is what the
Jeffrey
fuck?
Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Dude, he still would love to come out and do a standalone Flashpoint Batman. Where it's just Thomas Wayne. That would be amazing, dude. Oh my
Who the fuck
Lord.
wouldn't? That's honestly what they should have done with Michael Keaton. But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do, man? But yeah, dude, you're right. Cabin in the Woods was built for fucking sequels. I don't know why we never. It's kind of like 13 Ghosts. Like they could have done stories off of each thing. I don't know why the fuck they didn't.
Yeah.
Creasefold says, Creasefold, I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. It's been a minute since we've done a live stream. Been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been I was thinking about the other day.
We did film Tuesday in person. We just put out the Mirrors review, and then we filmed a fuck ton of Michael and Loomis stuff, a bunch of Patreon messages, a couple Patreon unboxings. So if you're on Patreon, there's a bunch of fucking us in person content coming your way, and then we're gonna film again soon. And then what is it Aerosmith said?
What?
I'm back in the saddle again.
I was gonna say I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, that's the one. Pink is my favorite color. Texas Toten says, "Hey, yo, Jay, you looked a little rough around the hill last video. I hope you're doing good, bud. Speaking of, we just got that good bud here in Missouri."
Well, thank you, Texas Toten. That's real nice of you. I was having a hell of a time right then. You know, I was, the beer and wasn't really tasting right. My hair was growing out fucking long, and I just vibing, man. But fuck you. I'm here now.
Just vibing.
Let's just do it.
You sound like a country singer. I'll just bobbing.
I hear that all the time. People are like, "Oh, it's my vibe." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" That's a new fucking verbiage that we have to have in the lexicon. I don't want it.
Whenever I try to say something cool like that, my kids yell at me. So I just don't. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Gary says it's actually fan art of Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, there you go. That's dude. Like that's what he's like. Probably the best part of, not the best part, but one of the best parts of The Watchmen. As the comedian, fucking awesome.
Hey, he's good in that movie, The Possession, too. That's a horror movie. People I think it's scary.
Yeah, it looks good.
John Carlin says the best thing about Knock at the Cabin was Bautista's performance. I thought he was excellent, really showing his range as an actor. Fuck yeah, dude.
I think he's actually the 100% the best part.
Well, with that being said, let's get into the fucking Knock at the Cabin spoiler party, where we talk about fucking spoilers.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Well, there was one day long ago. This cute here gay couple broke down in the woods and they got in themselves a cabin, and then these old 4 people came up out of the smoke and they said, "Knock on the door, let me inside, y'all gay." And they said, "No, you ain't coming in here because we gay." And it's like, "Come on in, we gotta go in there. It's gonna be apocalypse. If you don't let us in, we gonna break your fucking door down and kill you gay asses." And they said, "What?" Like, "No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna make you kill each other, and then you're gonna stop the apocalypse." The end.
Did you say pot roast?
Yep, pot roast done. Well, dude, I mean, that's a simple. I mean, the plot. That's literally all the plot is. It's like,
it's spoilers, so you should know the plot if you're in here.
Yeah,
all right.
So they have to. The husbands in this. They have a daughter. They have to make a choice. They have to sacrifice one of them so they can prevent the apocalypse. The whole idea of the movie is to whether or not, or for the audience's job is Batista and crew telling the truth? Is the world really going to end or not? I mean, obviously, they're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, they are. They're telling the
I think it's cool though the way that they even explain it. But the funny thing is, the twist in this is there is no twist. Like, it actually did fucking happen. Like, that's the twist. It didn't, because everybody's like thinking, "Oh, well, there's going to be some kind of like crazy, mind blowing nipple twist," and then boom, and nothing happened. It was literally what they said.
You know what my favorite part of the movie was, other than Batista's performance? Because you're right. First off, he was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because Batista being like, the way he was so kind and like soft-hearted and like gentle, it was complete juxtaposition from like what he looks like with the tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
And so like that was so off-putting, but like creepy at the same time. You almost wanted to feel bad for him, but then you're like, "No, wait a fucking second. You're kidnapping me in my own fucking cabin." But like, I think that was the best performance in the movie. I think everybody in the movie was good, but my highlight, dude, was those little snippets that we got of Armageddon. There's not a lot of them, you know. You got the first one was the typhoon, not typhoon. What do you call it?
Tsunami.
Yeah, tsunami. That was scary as shit, dude. Because like, you just imagine if you're sitting on a beach and you're like, Mommy, it's raining. It's raining
Yeah.
red. You look up and that fucking thing's you're dead. It's over.
Yeah.
Fucking pack your bags.
I would say somewhere Dusty Rhodes must have jumped off the top ropes and hit somebody
from heaven.
Yeah.
And then the flu one was weak, and I was like, we just lived through that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then, but the coolest parts of me, dude, it actually the only time the movie got scary to me, because you already knew the plot, was absolutely when the plane started going down.
Yeah.
And when they walk outside in the cabin and the fucking sky just immediately gets dark. That was the point of no return. Like, oh, they're absolutely unequivocally telling the fucking truth right now, because the sky is just filled up with blackness. And the planes are falling around us, and then the fucking lightning starts striking, and everything starts catching on fire. That tripped me the fuck out. Did not like it at all.
Well, I thought it reminded me a lot. Well, the angles when they were showing the news reports and stuff like that, and the planes falling, and then the footage of the people on the beach, and you see the big giant 50-foot tall fuck you in the face tidal wave. I was thinking the way that those were shot, it looked a lot like Signs when they were showing like the aliens, and it was just that weird angle. Like it was all like shaky cam and stuff, and it looked real. Like, I don't know, it just looked more real than if they had just shown like some big CGI explosion, or I don't know, it looked good. It made you more on edge. But the main thing is I never got scared in this movie. It was always a whodunit type of, and I swear to God, it would have been way better if that Universal trailer hadn't come out, the second trailer, because then you really would have been like, is this a death cult, or is this really going on? Like, it would have
showed
really...
the fucking tsunami.
Yeah, then dude, I fucking hated Andrew in this. The other husband, Eric, was fine, but Andrew was a dumb shit.
He had a concussion though.
No, not that was Eric. Andrew was the lawyer husband.
The angry one? Oh, I like the angry one.
He was a dumb shit. He's like, they pre-recorded this and piped in the footage. Like, bitch,
he was selling
what you mean?
He was selling me on it.
But when they showed it the second time, he's like, they got somebody in a van down by the river feeding them the lines. I'm like, at some point, you're going to have to let go of your stupid shit, because obviously something weird's going on and it's not piped in. The first time, I get it. The second time, we're playing with magic. The third time, if you say it's a coincidence again, I'm going to put you on the fucking tooth.
Okay, so let's run through it though. Like, so with the hurricane, what he said was, he was like, I saw that like 6 hours ago that coverage started. So you've been timing this. And what if like they had the TV on a delay or whatever? Yeah. Like, what if they were piping in fucking Pacific Eastern time or some shit like that? What if it is pre-recorded footage? So on that one, I was like, he's got a good point. They could have pre-recorded that shit. And plus, the hurricane coverage has been going on. You could have just gotten lucky.
First time. Yeah.
The second one was really, really like, okay, y'all are full of shit, because like he was like, okay, that plague's been going on for months. We've been reading about it, right? Yeah. But what really took the cake was when the plane started dropping out of the sky. Then I was like, okay.
Like, it's like that one friend that just refuses to believe you about anything that you say, no matter how much evidence you stack to him. And then even the last time you're like, dude, look, it's literally right in front of you. Like, I still don't believe it. Like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm literally showing it to you. I'm like, I still don't believe it.
That's actually, I thought the movie did that really well though, because you actually didn't know who to believe. Of course, Universal shouldn't have shown the fucking tsunami in the goddamn trailer, but like when he realizes that old Firecrotch McGee was the one that beat him up in the bar or whatever, it was like, oh shit. And then he had the different name. It was like, oh, maybe they are running a gamut here. And then
do you know who that was?
It was Rupert from Harry
Grant.
Potter,
that
right?
was fucking, it was goddamn what's his name? Hermione's boyfriend.
Chester Cheetah?
Yep, Chester Cheetah. No, what the fuck's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was in it. I was like, you should have Leviosa your ass out, because he's only in it for 20 minutes or 10 minutes. I was like, oh, there's that guy, Rupert Grint. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. And he was like, I'm dead.
Yeah, he was annoying anyway, because everybody else was like trying to like be calm.
He's
He
British,
was like, come on in, I'm gonna fuck you in the butt.
No, he was doing terrible. His accent was off. Like, it was like, because he's heavy British, and he was trying. I guess it was like he was trying to do a Massachusetts accent, and it was fucking awful.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Greg, and I like beer.
Yeah, I was like, great, shut the fuck up. I do too. I also like to fuck your wife. What?
Why are you typecasting yourself? But no, like, so that shit was cool. Like, but I'm with you though. Like, that's the whole movie, right? As you're sitting there trying to decide, what would I do if I was in this position with my family? For me, if I actually believed it, obviously, I would be like, all right, shoot me. Like, you guys kill me, because you can't kill yourself, right?
I was discussing this with April. I think I'd let at least 2 of them go, because humanity sucks. I'd say, all right, I'm gonna let half of it go, because we really do need a reboot a little bit.
Motherfucking Thanos,
like a little bit. I feel
like the cabinet. No, I feel like let him cook. Let him cook.
Feel like, fuck him, let him cook. Look like cockroaches coming out with the lights on. No, it was like, I'd be like fucking Thanos, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I wipe out half of fucking humanity. The other half would wake up to a grateful universe. That's what I would do. Because fuck, some of the world's pretty nasty. There are some really shitty people in this fucking earth. So I'd say,
right, but you can't like pick like
I'm not
kids are
saying
gonna
I
die
should.
and all that
Hey,
shit.
I say, hey, it's unprejudiced. I'm not fucking picking. It's just like
I
Thanos.
think
It's like it's undiscriminatory. I don't fucking care. 50% of
there's
you
a lot
bitches
of
still be alive.
there's a lot of interesting stuff in it. Like, for one, the grasshoppers in the beginning, obviously that is the grasshoppers were what these people were about to be, right? That was symbolism
Trapped in
for
a
what was
jar.
going
Yeah,
on.
a lot of
She
symbolism.
puts it, she's like, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to, you know, I want to watch you. I want to study you and whatever. And I think at the end of the day, and now I'm going to go deep for a quick second here. Well, I'll just say it like this. You are of the Christian, you know, faith, right? Like, you are, and we
Yeah, I
see
believe
that
in Jesus
differently.
Christ, my Savior. Yes, I do. No, I really do. I believe in Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I see that very differently. Like, I just don't. It's not that I don't believe in
Well,
Jesus.
we remember Budapest very differently, so I'm not surprised.
I'm not an atheist or any of that shit, but I definitely do not believe in the Christian Bible. Like, I think, you know, we're not going to get into why and all that shit. That's a whole different thing. But
how's your
when
ass
I
feel?
watch
It
this,
must be on fire with Satan's fucking flames.
but when I watch this, and I think, okay, so it is real by the end of the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Israel, but it is real. By the end of the movie, and then you find out it's real. What got me was, and this is what I said after I watched it, I was like, so it's not the twist that's going to get people talking. Everything was pretty straightforward as far as what happened. To me, what the conversation to be had after this movie is what does that say? It goes back to Batman versus Superman. If God is all good, he cannot be all powerful or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So like, God looks at us in this story, if that were to be, if God was just like, hey, you have to kill somebody in your fucking family, or I'm going to eradicate a bunch of kids and like a bunch of innocent people. I'm going to murder them, eradicate them from the world. If you don't kill your kid or some shit like that. I mean, it's like some fucked up shit.
It's a reference to the biblical, because there's not, you know, there wasn't a story. Abraham was tasked with God to kill his son Isaac. And then after, you know, he finally accepted to do it right before he drove the knife down, God stopped him. He was only testing the faith of whether or not he would do it. It wasn't the fact that he was actually going to make him do it. It was just like, how much faith in me do you have? So anyway, I feel like that was a symbolism there. And also whether or not you would be willing to sacrifice your life or someone you care about life for the rest of humanity. If you're going to be that person, maybe to show God that there's at least one person left that's a good, wholesome person that's not selfish. Because if you look at fucking Andrew, it's all about my selfish problems and everybody fucking sucks. And everybody's monsters, so cook them all. And I'm like, yeah, that's the reason why God said, we'll start the earth over and let the fucking.
Hey, you just said you would let like 2 waves come
I
down.
said 50%. I didn't say everybody. I was being gracious, and I was doing it without malice. I'm not doing it because I was like, I hate people. I was just like, the world needs a 50% reset. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. He literally let Armageddon lick the crack of the clock before he finally decided, okay, yeah, well, maybe my husband's telling the truth. Maybe Eric's not full of shit.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have believed Eric either. Like, because Eric's like, he had a concussion. He's like, I saw a figure. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm tired. Like, I wouldn't have believed Eric either.
So I thought was convincing. But not because he's big and intimidating, but he was convincing too.
Yeah, he was. I mean, honest to God, I don't think, if I was in their position, I don't think I'd have done anything almost up until the point where they did. Not because I was okay with letting everybody die.
Yeah.
If I knew for a fact they were telling the truth before the first wave, obviously I'd be like, hey, kill me out of my family. Right. Yeah. Like, but you know, that was the part that angered me about the movie. Like, thinking about that God would do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was really a thing that would happen, I'd be like, who says that they love you? And then you were grasshopper to them. You were nothing. You're fucking mean nothing to me. It's a joke.
That's all God.
Right.
That's the philosophical debate that I'm not getting.
That's into. A whole nother. Yeah. No, don't want to either. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I left the theater thinking about, is all I'm saying.
Well, right? You know, I left the theater thinking about this. I know that Batista was a good guy, but when he was trapped in that bathroom, I wanted him to Batista bomb the fuck out of Andrew. Like, Batista bomb that shit. The animal. I was like, I know, dude. And first of all, I thought it was so funny. There was a scene where the guys get Batista backed up against the wall. Essentially, they get a gun and they have a gun on him. He's like, get in that bathroom and you fucking don't you come out. And Batista's like, all right. And he goes to that bathroom and dude, like, he takes the he takes the window. He like shatters the window and the guy goes in the bathroom and there's no way. I looked at that window and I looked
There's
at the
no
size of
fucking way
Batista.
he's fit through that
If
window.
Batista tried to kick his big ass through that, his legs will be kicking out. He looked like Winnie the Pooh. I was
No
like,
way.
and so, but that shit was funny as hell to me. But then when he like breaks out of the bathroom and he's starting to fight him, dude, I don't know. I get that. I'm like, God damn, it's Batista. Fucking do it. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it was cool. I really do. You know what? I really, really did like this movie a lot because it kept me entertained. It kept, the acting, I think across the board was decent enough, but Batista was great. It was so good. And I think he really has shown his range, as someone pointed out. He's gone from like pretty much Drax, like just kind of a stupid character in the background, even though I like Drax and I like that character. But then he did the zombie thing with Zack Snyder, which was awesome. Yeah. And now he's done this. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets more and more roles, dude. I hope Hollywood keeps casting this. But at the end of the day, he's the reason why this movie was so good. By the way, also, just speaking of like what would have convinced me beyond Batista and his big muscles and awesome tattoos, I would also say that the girl that was crying, the waitress, Adrian, when she was talking about her son, Charlie, I'm like, this bitch ain't lying. Like, there's something, like, she's telling the truth.
Right.
And she was begging fucking Eric. She was like, I held my son in my arms as he was burning alive. I was like, shit, like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2, when she watched that whole school ground go up in flames. I'd be like, that's enough of a reference for me. And you were crying about your son, Charlie. I believe you. I would say, Andrew, shoot me in the dick. I mean, shoot me in the head.
But I'd be like, all I'd be thinking is, I saw The Mist. I saw the ending of The Mist. He shot his fucking kid, and then he turned around, and the saviors showed up, and his kid could have lived, and he shot him. That's all that'd be running through my head as the fucking ending.
Yeah, it's like Jesus shows up right at the end of the movie after he kills everybody. He's like, shit. I try to send a text message, but you guys don't get signal out here.
Yeah,
you didn't have to do it. Dad said you don't have to do it, so it's good.
But I thought for someone who people blame about being really heavy-handed and stuff like that, I thought M. Night walked through this movie on eggshells in a really good way, and I don't think he gave away the fact that it was real for sure until the very last moment when the storm shows up at the end and Batista cuts his throat or whatever. That shit was intense, by the way. But like, I thought he really did a great job walking us through this film without giving anything away or doing too much. And like, when it happens, the only question I had was like, they get in that fucking truck, right?
Yeah.
And they drive away, and I'm thinking, all right, back at your cabin that burnt down, you got a bunch of dead strangers, your dead fucking husband. Yeah. You're in the dead stranger's truck. Like, how the fuck are you going to explain everything that just happened?
To who? The authorities?
Yeah.
I think the authorities are going to be busy with other shit, putting out fucking fires and all sorts of shit.
But eventually,
here's the thing. Yeah, eventually, but they'll probably forget. They'll probably go to Mexico. But no, the thing is, I like the M. Night's approach in this. I really do. I like that he gave a big fuck you to, in a way, he's like, I don't need to make a movie with twist endings.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to. I can make a solid movie, and it's a solid movie. Let me tell you that. It's 100% a solid thriller movie,
well made,
and it gets right into the action. It doesn't take long at all. Like I'm talking about, like within 10 minutes, it gets you there. And I love that shit. Okay, it's like my sex life. It takes you 10 seconds and I'm there. Just 10 seconds and I'm done and I'm out. But and the thing about the ending of this movie versus the ending of the book. Now, the ending of the book I did read, and it's a lot more ambiguous. Because ultimately, what happens when the daughter dies of an accidental gunshot? The daughter dies, and then the husbands, the couple, they wind up not. The Leonard, the character of Batista, says, "Well, it doesn't count that the daughter died because it was accidental, so it wasn't a willing sacrifice, so it doesn't count." So they have to still decide. But ultimately, what happens is that the couple leave without doing anything into an unknown future. So they don't make the decision. They mourn their daughter. They take her into the back of their truck or that truck and they leave. And it's just ambiguous. It's like the reader decides, was it real or wasn't it real?
Yeah, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. I'd have been fucking pissed if that's how the movie
That's
ended.
exactly what I said. I'd rather them just, get to the point, no faking.
Yeah,
don't play games with my heart. Quit playing games with my heart.
Well, M. Night called Paul Tremblay and told him his new ending, and Paul Tremblay apparently told him, he was like, "That was my second ending. That was the ending I was going to go with if I didn't go with yours."
He
and
probably just said that because he's like, if I say something else, then you're not going to make my movie, huh?
Yeah, he in his head, he was like, "Oh shit, yours is better." Fuck.
That's true. Yeah, it's like, well, originally I had that idea, so yes, I could see how you came to that, but I disregarded it as just jibber chopper. So yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you guys were on the fence about seeing this movie, you should definitely go see it. There's no jump scares in it or anything like that. It's a solid cerebral type of thriller movie. Unfortunately, this is this is a spoiler, so you guys that are here have seen it, I'm sure, unless you guys are like me and you're sycophants and you just want to know the ending. It's still a good movie. It's a solid watch. I'll watch it again. That's one thing I will say. I'll watch it again, and I will watch it probably purely for Batista's performance.
Yeah, I will watch it again, but to me, the only knock on the movie, the only knock on the movie for me is that the rewatchability is a little bit gone because you know exactly what the fuck's going to happen. So
well,
what was so enjoying about
all M. Night's movie, though?
Right. Well, no, because like Unbreakable, dude, I could watch twice a fucking week. You know what I'm saying? Like
but
that was
the ending. He's a fucking superhero.
Yeah, but it's just a joy to watch.
Even though I hate his fucking son, I wish his superpower was to have a better son.
Joseph, you're going to be in very big trouble.
I hate that kid, dude. I hate that fucking
If you
kid.
shoot me, I'm going to leave and go to New York.
He's like, shoot me, bitch. And I'll disown you, you cocksucker.
That's what he told me. He's like, I will leave you. I'll go to New York and take the job.
He was already the way out. You know, I think that look, Bruce Willis was like 2 smokes away from a full-blown alcoholic at that point. And his kid just pulled a fucking gun on him.
Yeah. He's like, you only like me because I'm a superhero. But no, like, I don't think the rewatchability is there because like the whole enjoyment of the movie for me was just trying to figure out if these guys were telling the truth or not. They didn't have the money to show much apocalyptic stuff, so they only got like a snippet of the apocalyptic stuff. I wanted to see more, but M. Night has to, for some stupid fucking reason, this guy who's had 7 #1 fucking movies has to bankroll his own goddamn films to get them made. When they put out dumb fuck shit like 80 for Brady and pay for it, that's just
apparently that movie or the 80 for Brady's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Of course, it fucking.
Well, the thing about this, I think what M. Night,
dumb shit.
It's not suffers from it, but what M. Night is it's low investment, big return for a lot of studios. They look at it like, you know, he can do a lot, and then we can maybe get a lot of return on his movies, or he can do shit, and everybody's like takes a dump all over it.
I think they're fucking him. I think he goes in with a legit idea, and again, he's had 7 #1 fucking movies, and they're like, yeah, but remember when you made Lady in the Water?
I hated that. No, well, Lady in the Water.
You pay for it.
Well, I know it's in my number 10, but I still do it. You just gave away the spoiler of my number 10, but I like Paul Giamatti, so that's why. And I like those fantasy story, but that was just too weird. I didn't. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there. But ultimately, this movie, I gave it an 8.
I think I gave it a 7.5, 7 or 7.5. So I'm right there with
fat 8. I gave it a kiss on the cheek and said, "You did good, son. You did good." I'd love to have M. Night on the show one day.
God, I'd shit my pants, dude. I'd probably fucking fart.
I'd like, have a nervous fart. Hey, M. Night, have you ever had one of your main characters fart crackers? Did you ever have a fart cracker sound in your movies? Like, have you ever been directing a scene and it was so intense and you were like really liking it? You had a fart cracker in your pants.
If he came on the show, cracker. If he came on the show, like an hour into him being on, be like, "Hey, M. Night, guess what? Be like, Jay's dead. He's not even here."
And is your mind blown? Like, no, the mind blowing part would be like, M. Night be like, "I've known for weeks."
I press play on that.
He's like, he's like, "I've known for weeks because I killed him."
I press play on the Unbreakable music. So right when you were telling me, it would go boom.
That's another thing. This is one movie that the knock at the end of the cabin of the woods of the last house on the left. That was the name. That was the name that they had to shorten it down. Is that the music wasn't that good. I expected to have some cool ass like really like tragic soundtrack or something, and there was nothing. I was like, well, this fucking kind of blows. You know, I'm not saying that it was bad, but there was, I wanted some like In the House in a Heartbeat, like John Murphy shit. Like I want some of that good shit.
That's true. I don't remember shit fuck about the music at all. Do you remember when he was punching that redneck in the face though? I felt like that fucking thing from the opening of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 when Donatello was pretending to be that thing. It was like, that dude, the camera kept going down.
He has that little squeaky toy. He goes, "Boing." Yeah, dude, that was some good shit right there. By the way, I will. That was like that part I was like laughing at because not only do you have a character named Adrian, after Andrew gets his ass kicked at the bar by Rupert Grint, he starts boxing as well. Mm-hmm. And you already have a character named Adrian. M. Night, I didn't know you loved Rocky so much. But it was funny. I was like, what are you doing? I mean, I feel like it all was destiny because it all led to that point. Because if he hadn't got punched, if he hadn't got his ass beat in front of his husband or boyfriend or whoever he was at the time, then he wouldn't have got like in shape and started to learn how to box, and he wouldn't have bought the gun, which therefore wouldn't have led to killing Sabrina, which was one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I don't know, guys. It's a good goddamn movie, and there's a lot of layers to this, like an onion, and I enjoyed it.
And that's the best part, I think. Each person, specifically, and that's why I liked Andrew so much, is because he was the protector of the family, because of everything that happened.
He was also at the top, no doubt.
Absolutely.
100%.
Andrew was definitely taking it, or the other,
Eric,
but like he was, I liked his character a lot, number one, and number two, you understood where his head was at. Those are just really well-made characters. When you understand both of why they feel the way they do about certain things. My favorite part of the entire movie, dude, that I absolutely loved was, and this actually broke me. Like, I didn't expect it because I wasn't feeling very emotional about all the stuff going on.
Did you pay too much for your popcorn?
Yeah, a little bit. That hurt.
Yeah,
but dude, I went to Lex Live. You got to go to that fucking theater. It is amazeballs.
We did go to Lex Live. Oh, we didn't go in the theater.
Yeah, but the theater, holy tit balls.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's like being in an oasis of movie world. But when they're sitting in the car and all this shit's just fucking happened. Like, think about all the stuff that these people just went through and all the stuff they're going to have to unpack as their future goes. Yeah. You're sort of kind of not really your fault, but kind of your fault, responsible for 2/3 of the earth fucking dying. Men, women, children, all of it. And then you just had to, her dad's dead. He just had to kill him, had to shoot him in the face. And all the shit that they just went through, the trauma that those two are going to have to live with for the rest of their lives is unequivocal. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't have a fucking, leg to stand on comparatively. And when they're sitting in the car and that song comes and they get in the car and you're thinking to yourself, man, these like, okay, it's a happy ending. Like, you survived, I guess. Everybody in the diner.
I never saw it. I never looked at it.
Not happy. Ending. No, not happy, but you
surviving.
Know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's we're settled now. Like, everything's settled. When they get in the car after all that shit and they turn on the radio and that fucking Boogie Shoes song comes on. And then, like, dude, that to me, and I haven't seen anybody else talk about this, but that to me, the symbolism of that was that's what made me fucking cry, because they're sitting in the car and dude, I cried my eyes out that scene. That scene. And I wasn't feeling emotional at that point. It just came. But when they're both sitting in the car, they're both going through all this shit. Yeah, definitely. But they turn on the song comes on, and the dad turns it off, right? Or one of them turns it off.
Yeah,
and then they sit there in silence, and then the little girl turns it on, as if to say, "We're not doing this." Dad died because he wanted to see us live a happy life, so we're going to do it. And then the little girl tries to be strong and she can't, so she turns it off, and then he turns it back on. And just the fact that those two sitting in that truck together, like, knowing that they have each other and they're going to have to do that together, and deciding that no matter what, they're going to live a happy life, that just fucking broke me, dude. I don't know. It hit me somewhere deep in it hit me in the G spot emotionally.
Yeah,
it sounds. I thought that was really good. It did.
It sounds like you came emotionally.
I'm gonna cry on your dick.
Yeah, you came out of your eyes.
I'm gonna use it as a
it's okay. It's okay. We could be emotional sometimes. I think mine was opposite of that, because when she kept turning the song back and on, I was like, all right, fucking, like, let's go. Let's get on the fucking road. We go. Sarah, girl. Daddy Eric's dead, but the world's gonna live, and you're gonna, like, he shared that vision with me, and you're gonna grow up and you're gonna be good. Like, let's go. But it was sad, but I mean, it wasn't. But again, the ending of the book was totally different. The ending of the book, I think you're right. I think it would have pissed off a lot of people if they had just had the body of Wynn in the back of the truck and they had just drove off, and you were left with, like, is this real, or was this ever real? And you don't know. And that really would be more of an M. Night ending, like a traditional M. Night ending. And that he chose not to do that is actually pretty shocking.
People be burying M. Night alive right fucking now. No doubt about it, dude. I gotta bury my dick in the toilet. I'm gonna pee my pants. So bad. I didn't go before I went.
Fuck those fucking plumbing whatever.
I'm gonna go fuck the water. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay, lady in the water, if she's in there.
I'm gonna
get a guy's blowjob. Well, hello. Do you come here often? I bet you do. I do. Oh, Auntie J.A. Mateus says Mike needs the pins. He wears them, but they don't do anything. Stacy James says water is wet. It is. Wet is water as well. So, guys, I know this is like out of the left field, sidewinder. I know. I beat the game Marvel Midnight Suns. I enjoyed it quite often and quite a bit. I put a lot of time into the game, and I feel ashamed saying that out loud. I can't believe how nerdy it makes me sound, but you know what? It was a good fucking game. It's a good game. Can't wait for more of it. Jordan Cree says, haha, Mike's fucking a toilet. Yes, he is. He's putting his dick all up in that hole. But by the way, anyway, speaking of holes, I spent a lot of time in the Midnight Suns hole. And if you guys are gamers at all, you guys will like that game. I mean, it's a turn-based game, so that is, like there's cards and shit. I've never played Pokemon or any of that magic stuff. I don't understand it. But this game is like that. It's like turn-based, but the cards and stuff. It's fun. It's really fun. And I just started playing Marvel's Avengers. What a shit show that is, huh? But I'll enjoy it for a minute. White back to front, Mike Action says. Yes, indeedy. Cinema Clip 60. You sexy. Stop it, Cinema Clips. Sexy bitch. Tomo Goto says, Jay, did you hear about Avengers? No. What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. Kyle Kehoe says Dead Space remake I'm loving. I want to get as well. I haven't got it yet. What happened though with the Avengers? Michael says Jonathan Groff is adorable and cuddly. Yeah. Tomo Goto says Avengers is donezo. They're gonna keep the servers up, but they're done hiding behind the curtain. Yeah. I got the message actually because I have Game Pass. I got it free. So when I downloaded it, it said, hey, by the way, in March we're discontinuing support. So if you had any hope of having more DLC for this or improvement on the game, well, I guess you might as well fly a fucking kite, Tim, because it's done. Yeah, I saw that. That's stupid. James Smith says, have you played Arkham Knights yet? Is it? I think you mean Gotham Knights. It is good, actually. It's pretty good. Gotham Knights is a little bit different. It's not the same as if you're expecting it to be like the Arkham games, you're going to be somewhat disappointed because it's a different combat system, sort of, kind of, maybe. The story's not as tight. But I did enjoy it, the story all the way until the end. And then the end, I feel like they fucked up. But that's just me. Kyle says, yeah, that game just died. Well, that really was a shame because Marvel's Avengers, I think, it looked good, right? I mean, graphically, it looked pretty impressive. I feel like they could have done something really neat with it. But I feel like what they did was they got tied up with microtransactions. Like, you got to pay like $7.99 for a fucking like suit of Captain America with an extra star on his back or something. Like what the shit? It's $8, okay? If you want 3 suits. They microtransaction the shit out of that game. And it's sold poorly. They weren't also answering their fans. They ignored their fans. I hope Gotham Knights don't go down this road, but they seem like they are because they're ignoring a lot of people on Twitter because there are some quality of life fixes they could do with the game as well. And they're not really speaking of DLC right now. So hopefully that won't happen. Hi, Action. Sandman 81 said the last game I played was Resident Evil, the first one on PlayStation. Like the original, yeah. That's some good stuff right there. Stacey James says, I finally got into Red Dead 2. Deserves the praise for dude. Red Dead 2 is so fucking good. Red Dead Redemption 2 taught my wife and I how to play dominoes. We're gonna take that shit on the road. Like I'm gonna go to Vegas, baby. I don't even think they play dominoes in Vegas. Auntie J. Matthias says they charge for everything. Yeah, they microtransaction shit, man. That's the worst part about everything, as far as like the way the new model is for gaming. Is like, people, especially if it's a big property, like if it's a Spider-Man game or it's an Avengers game or if it's any kind of DC game, and then you have like, people are like excited to play it, right? And they want to play it, and they pre-order it, they get the super duper holy shit deluxe package, $90 set, and then all of a sudden they said, by the way, if you want that cool Batman skin that you saw in the trailers, bitch, you gotta fork over another 10. Give me 10. Like they hooked you on that shit like drug dealers. Like they give you a little snort, and then they're like, now give me a 10 when you run out of that supply. That's how that microtransaction, that's dirty, dude. They do you dirty on that shit. I hate that stuff. I can't hear you.
That's why I barely play games anymore. It's fucking trash.
Well, dude, they adopted that. I don't know what was it. I don't know what is it. Mobile games where mobile games have all that microtransaction garbage. Yeah. Like it's fine. I get it on phones in a way. I think it's stupid either way, but then you're putting that in AAA games. Like you're putting that on like huge studio games made by EA or Rocksteady or whatever on console or on PC, you're putting the microtransactions in that. How selfish fucking can you be? Like, especially EA and Ubisoft, like these are fucking huge companies that are worth hundreds of millions to billions of dollars, and they're fucking making you buy like 3 costumes cost you $6
Yeah,
for your digital avatar or whatever.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke, dude. It's disgusting how they do that. Like $60 for a game, and then they're gonna
no, it's not 60. If you got the next gen, it's 70.
Oh yeah, it's worse and worse the further and further they get. 666, before you go pee, wants you to sing "Burn" by The Cure as Slender Man.
Oh, shit, dude! Like you put me on
every
the spot.
night I fall apart.
Oh, dude!
Every night I burn, every night I fall apart. I think that's it, right?
I know, but you're telling me it. You're not singing.
I'll do that.
Now, yeah, you can imagine Slender Man walking up to the window, right? And the lightning is flashing behind him, and he pulls the mask down. Everything. I can't do it right now. I can't do it. 666, you devil bitch. I will come back and I will think of the song. I can't do it on the spot. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna be like Trump in the fucking hearings. I plead the fifth 400 times. That's a smart motherfucker right there. Plead that fifth, bitch. He should have just put down plead the fifth times 400.
Police want some help with something.
Ain't no anything about my fucking company. Plead the fifth times 400. Like they can just look down and be like, he already pleaded it. I haven't asked the question yet, but he already pleaded it. I was like, I see. All right, I'll be back.
All right, man. Smug face. Colton, what's up, dude? He says, if you could own any movie prop, what would it be? Oh, fuck. That's a loaded question. And I mean, it would have to, I guess, probably be the Batmobile, right? Probably the 1989 Batmobile for me. I'll ask Jay that when he comes back. There's a lot of stuff. The Batcopter. Definitely probably something fucking Batman. I'll just take the whole fucking Bat Cave. Can I do that? Is that a prop? Does that work? But logistically, fuck, I don't know, man. I would take some Power Ranger shit for sure, because that shit was like crack to us as kids. There's a ton of good answers to that question, but I'm gonna go 1989 Batmobile. Kyle Toker, he's a midnight smoker. Says, if you were my dad's and we were in the cabin, who would we choose? Thanks for taking my question, Daddy. Well, I am your father, and I want you to know that your mother's a lovely lady, and you should respect her more. But also, if we were your co-dads, yeah, I just feel like in any of those situations, I would be like, shoot me in the fucking face. I feel like I've made that choice when watching that movie. Of course, I have two, girls, but like, I feel like whether it's girls or whatever, like I feel like the dad's got to be the one to go, right? I mean, in most families, I think the dad would just kind of assume like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like if you're the dad in a family, and that does make it harder because it's two dads, right? So that makes it harder. But I feel like in that situation, 99.9% of the families, if the dad's worth a shit, he's going to be like, yeah, you got to kill me. Way to take a fun question and make it so seriously. You're doing a good job, son. I'm proud of you. I know most of our dads don't tell us that, but I'm proud of you. I want you to know that. Barb says, what's the scoop on Scarfest? I'll be there, and it would be a travesty not to see my favorite YouTubers. Hey, don't tell anybody I told you this, but email them fuckers at Scarefest and say, we want Wham back. Do it. They haven't hit me up yet, so I don't know. I'll have to email them soon and do that. Last year, they came to us, so I thought, I don't want to be like Geppetto or fucking like Oliver Twist. Like, please, sir, can I have some more? But yeah, send them an email. I didn't tell you to do that. Don't tell them I told you to do that. Jeez, don't do that. But hopefully we're there, Barb. It would be fun. We had a great time last year. And again, if we're not there, we are going to be at Bride of FrankenCon. So Michael Parton says the cabin at the end of the world's ending. The couple's in the book, the couple sacrifices their daughter. Was very, very happy to. I didn't find that out until after I watched the movie. Was very happy to find out that the little girl survived. That would have fucking broke me. I already had a hard enough time when he goes up to the treehouse and she's like, "Did Daddy save the world?" I was like, and she's so tiny and small, and she's like my little girl's age, so like that shit broke me a lot. But Yeah, if they got rid of the girl, I would have been pissed. So pissed. I'm glad they changed that ending, man. Laquita, thank you so much. Says, love from Nashville, you sexy beasts. We're not far from Nashville. My wife and I go there all the time for shitty little punk concerts. It's a good time. If you've been to the Basement East, it's a great place to see bands cheap and have a great time. Did anyone see that the Andrew dad looks so much like Eric Bana? Oh my fuck. I was trying to think the entire time we've been talking, Laquita, of who he looked like. And he does look like Eric Bana. For sure. He was my favorite character, actually, because I thought he had the most layers to him, where he had that redneck beat him with the beer bottle and he was dealing with the trauma of that. So he decided, fuck it, I'm going to put this in my own hands and I'm going to start working out and I'm going to learn self-defense. I'm going to buy a gun. And he had all that anger deep inside of him. Like, I don't know what it says about me, but like I resonate with that character a whole lot, just the way he did everything. So I really understood where he was coming from for a lot of that. And he wasn't going to let the religious shit get to him either. He was like, no, fuck you. I've seen all the Heaven's Gate documentaries. I'm not falling for this shit. For sure. Austin says, I know it was real once Spawn shows up and says, come with me if you want to live. Yeah, if Spawn shows up, either you took some peyote, which honestly, if you're in that situation and you do start seeing shit, like he sees the dude in the light, I'd be like, did they slip me something? Did that dude give me a glass of water? Because they may have just slipped me something, and maybe it's just like some shared fucking hallucinogen or something that's going on. It would take a lot to convince me. Again, if I was in the movie, when he walks outside of the cabin, Batista cuts his own throat and he sees the planes fall and the storm come out of nowhere, that's the only point where I'm like, for sure, 100%, they're not faking this. This is fucking happening, unless I'm on a reality TV show. Be funny if he was like, Ashton, where are you? Am I being punked right now? For sure. Welcome back, Jay.
Hi.
How was your pee-pee?
It was good. It was nice, long, and it was definitely worthy of a hand wash.
James Smith
went
has
everywhere.
given us a most generous super chat here. But before I read that, I do want to ask you, Colton asked a good question. What, if you could own any movie prop in the world, what would it be?
The axe that Patrick Bateman used. That's the one I want.
And Paul's
an asshole. No, I don't know. That's a good question. What movie prop? I know. That's it. 100%. I would love to own the Harold Ramis proton pack that he used in Ghostbusters 84.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's the one I want.
I went with 89 Batmobile. That was mine.
Well, fuck, you can drive that. I'm just going to walk around at a fucking convention, be like, this is Harold Ramis's proton pack. Be like, no, it's not.
I said, well, fuck it. I'll take the whole Bat Cave. Is that a prop? I'll take the whole cave.
Yeah. Shit. I could have said the fucking DeLorean. God damn it. I do a redo.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll take
I could say the Ghostbusters car. The extra one. You could park that in your driveway. Holy shit. You're the coolest guy in neighborhood for Halloween.
I may try to trade you. Like, you get like buyer's remorse. Like, hey, dude, could you just trade me the Batmobile for the Ghostbusters?
It's like somebody's like, hey, you can only have this one wish. And it's only, the wish is, I know it's a weird wish, but it's all one movie prop. And then you chose I think it'd be cool. It's like, I would know it was Harold Ramis's proton pack that he used in the movie, but there would be no certificate of authenticity. You can't really.
Yeah.
I'm just like, shit.
Yeah. I was at the Peddler's Ball today and they had a bunch of pictures on the wall that were autographed, and it was like Michael Jordan or like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning shaking hands, and they were autographed and they were selling them for $20. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's the fakest shit I ever seen in my whole life.
That was real. I know the guy.
This was my booth.
Like, his certificate of authenticity, it's written in crayon. It says, trust me, bro.
Yeah, it's produced by We Got This Covered.
Yeah, or Collider.
James Smith, dude, thank you so fucking much. It's very fucking sweet of you, man. He says, gentlemen, I have a free plane ticket and I need to use it this year. I plan on flying out to a con to meet you all because I love your fucking faces. So book some cons so I can get the hell away from my wife. I mean, out of California for the weekend. Damn, son.
Pocahontas is like wearing thin on my ass, okay? I'm done.
You take her with you.
James Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church, James Smith, Utah loving motherfucker. Come on out to the convention in Tennessee. We'll have a good old time, drink some whiskey and some bourbon. And we'll listen to Chris Stapleton, Tennessee whiskey.
I don't know. I feel too much pressure. Like, you had a free plane ticket. You could have gone anywhere and you came to see us. I feel like we would be a letdown. You know?
Yeah, well, that's just, I mean, we don't need to say what our wives tell us every day. But
That's true.
That is absolutely correct what Mike is saying. But
projecting
we
my
would like to
fears onto
see
you.
you, though. We'd like to see you. It's called drinking. Sometimes our feelings come out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We do
we'd
it.
like to see you, James.
Yeah, dude. And thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you, Michael Pardon, who says M. Night could do Head Full of Ghosts next. I've never read that. Sounds like a Nine Inch Nails song.
Oh, dude, I just wondered. No, it wouldn't work. Never mind. I was wondering, and then I snatched it back and I said no. I was going to say, what about M. Night Shyamalan doing a fucking Ghostbusters movie? And I'm like, nah.
No.
The twist would be that the Ghostbusters are actually ghosts themselves.
Yeah, busted makes me feel.
And they're busting ghosts, and they're just making things worse, and someone has to tell them to stop.
No,
they're actually busting humans.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to pick M. Night's next project because I don't want M. Night to do anything I know. I think that I like this movie a lot. Again, I don't think I've said this in the stream tonight. I'm a fucking M. Night nerd. Like, he's one of my favorite directors working. I love almost everything he puts out. But that being said, I don't want to know what he's doing. I want him to do something purely original. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want any more
I was kind
adaptations.
of disappointed. This was based off a book.
Yeah, me too.
But it is what it is.
Johnny Hideout UK says, big fan from the UK.
Hey, all right. University of Kentucky. Thank you, man.
Woo!
Hey, John Calipari's not going to be here for much longer. No, I know you mean the United Kingdom, you sexy crumpet-eating bitch.
You sound like you're from London.
I love you, mate.
Michael says they could have made a sexual sacrifice to prevent the apocalypse. I don't think anybody offered to blow Batista.
Well, I mean, they could have done a sexual act before they killed one another. Like, I'm just going to give you the best fucking rim job ever, and then we kill you.
Hey, man, what do you say? We just put the kid in the back,
Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
hey, listen, that's what I would do. If I chose myself after I let 50% of humanity die, I'm like, all right, before we do this, let me put it in your butt. Like, just let me put it in your butt.
Yeah. Once.
I'm going to put it in your butt, and then you can kill me.
Say's podcast said, hey, Mike and Jay, not sure if you guys knew this, but Matthew Lillard actually did come out in Scream 5, but as Chrome Face, Ghostface, not Stu. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was even in the trailer. The Chrome Face with the flamethrower, that was Stu. And his voice is also in it as well.
What the fuck is going on here? When did they set up this at my mall without me knowing about it? What do you mean he was in Scream 5 as a Chrome Face?
Yeah,
cameo.
Yeah. When they're looking at
I like the character stab really was good though.
Yeah, stab 8. Yeah, it was just Matthew Lillard for sure. G Nasty says, I love you guys.
I love you. Man. You keep being nasty, G. I like it's like you've done it 88 times, and that's nothing to snark at.
It's like that dude in Wayne's World. It's like, no, man, I love you.
Thank you.
Oh, we love you too, dude. Chop Pyre says, Loomis, can you tuck me in bed and read me a bedtime story?
I'm gonna tuck you into a goddamn mental asylum, you stupid crazy bastard.
She with big boob says, hey, shit, what Nicolas Cage's butthole says, what's up, Dr. Loomis?
Shut up.
And with that, my friends, we go into our top 10 M. Night Shyamalans.
Let's get in there and see what we're working with.
Of all but fuckington Palace time. I'm gonna
hold on a minute. I gotta stop I just got an email from HBO Max, my streaming service guide. I gotta see what's on this week. By the way, did you guys hear about, speaking of streaming services, that Netflix is going to be cracking down? Did you see how they're going to crack down on people sharing passwords?
Yeah.
And it leaked first, and then they took it down because they were like, oh shit, because they're only doing it in South America right now, but they are going to roll it out at some point in North America. But it's mainly targeting your IP address to see if your household is using that IP. So then people are like, well, what if we just get a VPN and we can mask it?
It's so dumb. I mean, it's not dumb, but like people are losing their minds about it. I'm like, hey man, I pay for Netflix.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure like 3 or 4 different people use our Netflix, but I guess that's why I'm not pissed, because I'm like, that's their fucking problem.
They were gonna. What I heard, they originally, because I remember reading about this like last year, the year before, they had said they were going to start charging you the extra fee, like the $15.99 a month per person that were using your account, which is shit thing. Now I pay for it too, but the thing is, you and I share screeners. So if you send me a screener and I have to sign into your account, are they going to fuck you on that because I have to sign into your account?
No, we'll be okay because they only check it once a month. So unless it's like while you're watching the screener, you'll be okay. But like, I mean, Hulu does the same thing. So like, if you have Hulu with live sports,
Yeah.
They may, if I try to watch it somewhere else, I have to sign in with that IP address of where I'm at. So Hulu already does this. It's nothing new. It's nothing crazy and wild. But
well,
you know,
well, I think Netflix, they had said they estimated, like it was a buck ton of people that were like sharing passwords. Like, I mean, you know, like I got to be honest with you. I'm not a corporate guy. I don't sign with corporate a lot. But if that amount of people were like taking that and not paying for it, that's a lot of fucking money that they're losing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already $1 billion company. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, shit. I feel like, why the fuck is my boat sinking but not sinking? Oh, it's because we got a lot of fucking rats that are eating through the wood.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, Wyatt Atlee, what's up, man? Says, hey guys, just hopped on. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I hope everyone else is doing well. Doing great, dude. Got a great point. I feel like normally when we do the spoiler parties, like it doesn't really matter because we do them for such big movies that like everyone's seen them by the time we do them. But I think tonight we have a few less people here because they're worried about getting spoiled, which is understandable. I think Cabin's doing all right at the theater though. But either way, you picked a great time because we're going into the top 10. No more spoilers from Cabin, from A Knock at the Cabin for the rest of the show. That way you guys can feel safe about watching this.
Let's keep it above ground sexy.
Hey man, what's your number 10?
Well, we've already talked about this. We gave you a little bit of a spoiler in this particular instance. A Lady in the Water is my number 10. I remember watching this movie. Dallas Bryce Howard is hot as fuck. That is the end. That is the end. Do I need to say more?
It creeps me out.
Well, she's not young. She was in her 20s, I'm sure.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, for me, like, there was something about she was so innocent and pure, it made her younger. So I was like, ew.
Well, you know, that's just.
But no, today
you got to break her in at some point. Anyhow, Dallas Bryce Howard was great in it. Paul Giamatti is a great actor. He's very underrated actor, by the way. Paul Giamatti is an awesome actor. The thing about this movie, though, why it lists so low on this particular top 10 is because I expect a certain type of M. Night movie, and this was like a fantasy movie. He even came out and said that it was a story that he told his daughter or something. Like it was a fantasy story that he told. And I like fantasy, but I just don't like M. Night telling it. And it was also a little bit too weird in certain parts. And I'm like, yeah, you're losing the point. Like the guy that was working out one arm, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. You're like that's your jacking off hand. I get it. You got to keep that shit sharp and strong. But I was like, it got weird. And then, but the acting was good in it. I remember watching it and just being like it was like they were trying to be Pan's Labyrinth without being over the top weird, but they were still weird enough. I don't know. It was solid enough. It didn't feel like an M. Night movie at all.
Yeah, I've seen that twice, and both times I had a hard time getting all the way through it. It was just like it just did not. I got what he was going for a minute, but it was just, it just felt like nothing ever fucking happened in that movie.
I was like, I was like, M. Night, did you get rejected from fucking drama school or art class or something? Because it got artsy fartsy real quick too.
Yeah, that was probably. I love Paul Giamatti too, but that was probably the worst one for me. I do love the setting, like in the apartment complex.
I said his name right, didn't Giamatti? I said that right.
Giamatti, yeah, I think so. He's in those fucking Verizon commercials, and I feel so bad for him.
Well, dude, I felt bad for him in The Amazing Spider-Man when he was cast as fucking Rhino, and then I was like, you guys just threw away some fucking gold.
They're shitting on his career right now, dude. I don't understand it. He was Cinderella Man. He was fucking awesome in that. But
Academy Award winning.
Dude, he's doing these fucking Verizon commercials, and I know you don't watch a lot of football, but like on the football,
I see him on YouTube. Yeah,
it's every other fucking commercial. It's like my network went kaput, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so sad. Stop.
Well, he played Albert Einstein and shit.
Yeah, dude is so bad, but it's like he's probably making a fucking.
He also, I don't know, you guys probably don't care about this, but I watched him. It was an HBO, and I'm HBO original. John Adams, about the second president of the United States. Which I liked. I thought it was cool because nobody ever.
Paul Revere's best friend.
Well, tell him nobody ever talks about fucking John Adams. I was like, he was the second president. No, I'm not George, but I took over after George. I'm not Thomas Jefferson, but I'm fucking the second president of the United States. Where's my fucking dollar bill? But
D-Land's, he was great in Sideways.
Yeah,
he was awesome in that too.
Paul Giamatti is fucking bad. He's legit. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he is. for sure, man. He's gotten dicked over with that. My number 10 is going to be, I had to look at it real quick. It's going to be Glass.
Oh,
and
damn,
again,
dude.
Just giving you guys the straight up, smack it up, flip it of me. I am a fucking M. Night nerd. Like, I've watched all of his movies a bunch, except for the ones I don't like Lady in the Water or whatever. But like, not a huge fan of Glass. Not.
You have anger at the Mount Olympus.
Dude, it ended with such a fucking thud. Like, I mean,
That's
fucking
true.
Unbreakable was goddamn. And then Split, yeah, and then but a little bit of goddamn, and then Glass was just like, okay, Sarah Paulson's gonna we built up to all this, and half the movie Sarah Paulson with them in a fucking room. For 90% of the movie, fucking Samuel L. Jackson's in a fucking chair, like doped up.
He's in deep thought.
And then you kill Bruce Willis in a fucking puddle.
Yeah.
A fucking puddle? Are you kidding me?
I will give you that. The ending was definitely a letdown, as most things are in the bed with me. But the buildup was great. I feel like there was a lot of. I feel like there was a lot of romance. I feel like they built it up to something, and then you were expecting like a cumulative kind of ending, and it really didn't happen.
Yeah, and the whole twist of the movie was that Sarah Paulson was working for a fucking government agency trying to keep superheroes down. I don't give a shit.
I don't care about Sarah Paulson. I mean, I know people like Sarah Paulson, and she's a good, fine actress. I just don't really give a shit about her. I just don't.
I like her a lot. I have a weird attraction to her, but like, and then the whole movie ends with them sitting in the fucking church, and they're like, "I wonder if our video is going to go viral or not." I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah,
it was, to me, it was a smack in the face of the greatness of Unbreakable.
You know what
I'm
I do like about
Split guy, but Unbreakable, man, that could have.
Well, I think I have it a lot higher on my list just because I look at it as a trilogy set.
Yeah,
and the way that it breaks down, because it also opens up the possibility in my mind. It's kind of like what Heroes, the show back. Remember that show Heroes?
Yeah.
What it should have been. Like, it opened the door to, like, dude, if this had been prequel to Heroes, god damn. You talk about some good shit right there. Like, that would have been the first shared universe. Like, it would have been awesome.
And you know, there are things about it I love. Like when Bruce Willis gets to face off against the Beast.
McAvoy, yeah.
Oh no, the Beast.
Beast gonna fucking get you.
Oh, he's talking to the Beast.
You can't beat the Beast. You can't beat the Beast. You can't do it. Tupac's my main man.
By the way, I like Drake now.
Is this your girlfriend? What are you talking about?
You like him now?
Yeah.
But when but by the way, Hedwig got on my fucking nerves by the end of the movie. I was like, would you fucking give the light to somebody else, Hedwig? Goddamn, you're popping up every 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah. Bastard kid.
But the best part of that movie, though, dude, was him working together with his son on Dunn Security. That was awesome.
That was cool.
I love what they did with that. Yeah. I would watch a trilogy based on just the Dunn Security shit. I really would. Yeah. But the fight scenes were badass between the two of them. Just the ending of it really disappointed me. But
yeah, I feel like they had some stumbling issues for sure.
Yeah.
So my number 9 is going to be The Village. Well, now here's the thing about The Village. I was really all in when that movie came out. I think it came out a little bit after Signs, if I'm not mistaken. So it was already kind of built upon this precedent that it was going to have some kind of crazy cool twist ending to it. And then you find out they're just a bunch of fucking hyped up, steroid infused dumbasses that live out in goddamn Montana that was keeping their secret society away from the modern day world. Because they were like, oh, there's a beast roaming out there in them woods. And they were like hyping you up. And you're like, oh shit, man, there's going to be something fucking crazy behind those trees. And when they go out in the fucking forest and you see a goddamn sedan driving by and you're like, shit, that's it. It was fucking cars. And the plot hole in this, by the way, I just got to point out, how in the fuck did they get around the fact that an airplane never flew across their fucking like landscape of Mormonism? Like, I mean, they didn't look up one day and an airplane just happens to be flying over, or a helicopter or a cop.
They did
looking for wheat fields.
I just watched that last week, and I won't say much about it until I get to it. But like, they did explain that part though, because I always thought that too. But when she's talking to the security guard, when M. Night Shyamalan's character pops up. By the way, probably the worst cameo of M. Night's career was in Cabin in the Woods when he's the fucking chicken fryer guy. I was like, come on, you got to do better than that.
Yeah.
He should have been in the diner or something. But
that's true.
But when she talks to the security guard and the security guard goes back and M. Night's the security guard and he's talking, and he's like, yeah, it's something along the lines of, yeah, don't be talking to people. We had to pay these people were asking questions about how we had to pay off the airlines not to go into that airspace.
Yeah, that
some shit like that.
That makes sense if it was private, but they can't afford fucking to pay off Delta.
It was weak.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it was weak.
That's flimsy as shit. But anyway,
but they did sort of explain it.
It was like they built you up to this great thing, and then it was just like, nah, you ain't ready for the truth. You ain't ready for those Tesla trucks on the road. Like it was like, dude, that's got to be one of the most disappointing movies I've ever watched. And I tell you what, I liked it until the ending, and then the ending was so bad it fucking ruined the entire movie for me.
Yeah. I'd say The Village probably, dude. It's either The Village or Last Airbender that pisses people off the most about M. Night.
Yeah,
Whenever
I'm not the last. Well, that's anime because I never watched it. I never watched the Last Airbender.
I never watched it either. It's not my list, but it's not gonna. But like when I argue for M. Night against people, which I do often, like they're always bringing up The Village. I mean, I think that's the one that pissed people off the most and started to get people to, because there's some people, dude, who fucking hate M. Night. Like hate everything he does. And I think The Village is what started it.
He was Zack Snyder before Zack Snyder.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. My number 9 is going to be, people like this movie better than I do. It's going to be Split.
God, man. You keep shitting on my fucking top 5, you son of a bitch.
Spoiler alert, slut.
I know. I can't. I mean, they're going to know it's going to come. You guys know it's coming.
But I want to love Split. Split has everything I love about an M. Night movie, but I got so fucking bored with the opening's badass, dude. When he gets, he just walks, he just sits in the car, it's like, fuck you. And just sits there, and when she tries to get out of the car, he's like, that shit was scary.
Yeah.
Like, but like, then he gets him back and he's doing his fucking, he's doing all of his personalities and head wigs.
I thought it was creepy though.
It was creepy for a minute, but I just thought it went on way too long. And it's a good movie. Like, again, I love all these movies.
Yeah.
My top 10 is all movies.
Top 10s, yeah.
Yeah, my top 10's all movies I like. I probably could have got to 12 with movies I like. So I like the movie, but like the reason it's low for me is the personalities got old, and I feel like we spent so much time watching James McAvoy switch from Hedwig to fucking switching the light back and forth and all that. I got a little bit of fucking, all right, can we move the plot along, please? I love the beginning. I love the end. Dude, that twist
when he actually starts pulling the bars apart and like showing that
oh my God.
I was like, God damn, it's like finding out Bruce Wayne's Batman and shit. I was like, that's fucking badass. I love it, dude.
And when she shoots him with a shotgun and he fucking takes it, I'm like, ooh,
it's like
that was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like, the thing about that, first off, who would like a PB&J? I will say, if nothing else, I mean, I love the movie. I love fucking Split. I love that movie. It's one of my, I just love it. James McAvoy should have won a fucking Oscar.
Indeed.
For that movie.
Yeah.
100%, because he played each character so well that I watched it, you might have been bored watching certain exercises in this acting technique, but I was so fascinated, though, personally. I was fascinated by how well he performed at each facet of the personality. It was so fucking interesting. I love it.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. And I do love the ending too. When the fucking Unbreakable music comes on, it's like,
then I remember we went and see that in theaters, and when we saw Bruce Willis, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, dude. When he's
what
like,
have you? I was like,
Mr. Glass. I was like,
I was like, M. Night, what have you unleashed upon this earth?
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome. I'll give it that. But yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do about it? All right, my number 8. I just watched it last night. First time here, first virgin. Old.
Old man carving canoe of wood.
Old on the beach, you grow old. You fuck in 20 minutes, she's pregnant. In 5 months, she's pregnant. 5 months in 20 minutes. And then she have baby 2 minutes later at the down beach.
You'll fuck now.
You know what? Come, bitch. Have baby. Have life. One day. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's not horror at all, except for the one lady where her bones are broke or whatever. And I feel like that was shoehorned in just to make a scary scene. The lady that was in the cave. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fucking stupid. I loved the dude from, and I can never remember his name, and he's such a good actor. the guy from A Knight's Tale, the one that was always mad.
Oh yeah. I'll look it up while you're.
I can't remember his name, but he was the main bad guy in this one. He was the doctor that went crazy on the island. But he was like, he's like, first off, what movie? There was a movie that Marlon Brando made with Jack Nicholson. They were in the same movie together. What is it? And people going crazy, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Let's just focus on the issue at hand." Who knows?
That guy was such a fucking dick.
Yeah, but he's such a good dick. I mean, like a great wiener. Because
Alex Wolff is the kid from Hereditary.
Yeah, I like that kid too. He was really he's kind of annoying this, but not too bad. But but to be honest, like the ending, the fact that they were studying medicine, and that they well, you know what? I don't want to give it too much away, because I mean there might be people out here that haven't watched old, because maybe they just saw it and they passed over it, but. I feel like it's an interesting enough story that you want to know what's happening. Like when you're watching it, it's not scary, but you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I saw it in the theater, and I've been going through all these movies, and I could never get myself to watch it again, because I feel like it's another one of those M. Night movies that, like, when you watch it, the first 80% of the movie. I kind of forgot the twist a little bit, but that's what it was.
Well, I can tell you. I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
Don't, just in case anybody.
The one of the worst things about this fucking movie, because I got fucking dizzy, dude. Like M. Night was experimenting with some goddamn new camera techniques. Like he was doing some boxing movements. There's one scene where they're like all standing around talking about what they have in common, and and the camera's doing this weird fuck. I'm like, God damn, dude. I was like, I looked like Mortal Kombat KO. Because they made me dizzy. I was watching it at night, and it was dark, and I was like, oh damn, I can't. But yeah, otherwise it's a good enough movie to keep me it'll keep you interested to find out what happens.
Yeah, it didn't make my top 10, but I enjoyed it enough when I watched. I think I gave it like a 6.5 or a 7. Yeah, like I thought it's an interesting idea, and like you can always count on M. Night to give you an interesting idea. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My number at the
is it After Earth?
Oh. God, I love that fucking movie so much. That's my number 1, actually.
Oh,
God,
wow. Yeah,
I love Jaden Smith.
God, Jaden Smith is a gold gem.
It's actually The Village. People are going to shit on me for putting The Village above Split. I know.
You're a piece of shit, Mike.
This is my list. There are many
like it, but try to be cool, but you're really just a piece of shit.
Is mine. I rewatched this again, dude. Yes, the twist fucking that is a finger in the butt when you don't want one. For sure. But dude,
you weren't even at a doctor's office. You were at a dentist.
The first 70% of that movie is so fucking good, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, William Hurt is so good in that movie, and Adrian Brody, even though he's playing he's a fucking, you hate him by the end of the movie. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is so fucking good in that. I love him, dude. The scene where Adrian Brody stabs Joaquin Phoenix, and he just walks up behind him, and Joaquin Phoenix is like, when two people are loving, he goes, oh. And like the way the camera pans down and you see that he stabbed him, it's so dark and twisted and fucked up. That one scene alone was so well done. And again, Dallas Bryce Howard was really good in this one. Mm-hmm. The first 70% of the movie, and I think that's why people hate it so bad, is because the first 70% of the movie is a fucking 10. It's so goddamn good and well done. It is a fucking Oscar-winning film to me, the 70%.
Yeah.
And then you get to the twists. And I understand. There's huge problems. What fucking security cabin has goddamn the crazy amounts of medicine that he found that she needed? Like you and I worked in a security cabin. They got Band-Aids and fucking Tylenol.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I know.
And so that plot twist was done. The twist was poorly done for sure, and it was upsetting to people. But in the movie's defense, they gave the twist away 50% through. You could tell William Hurt and them fashioned this whole thing because of all the crime and all the shit that they lived through. And it's sort of believable in a way that they would do this. And they tried their best to explain. There's no excuse for the twist. The twist was balls. But it was shocking when he's like, do your best not to scream. And he shows her it's the suit. You were still like, oh, fuck. I think they lost it when he attacks her wearing the suit. And she goes in there with the special marbles or whatever. And then all of a sudden he tricks her. And she, like, at that point, like, okay, M. Night, in the fucking movie, dude. Yeah. You gave us the twist. Wrap this shit up. So, they did fuck it up there. But I love it.
Yeah, I feel like it stretched too long. And then the ending, it just kind of, it was like backwash.
Yeah.
The ending, you know what I mean? Like you drank your beer. And then you're like, yeah, I'm done now. And then you like all right, well, I want a little bit more. And there's like all that backwash and shit. You drink all of it, and you're like,
Yeah.
God
Yeah, dude.
damn, I should have done that. Makes me
And
sick now.
And that's the thing. The ending is. I will not argue with anybody that the ending of the movie does not.
I feel like
suck. The ending of
travesty
the movie
also is
bad.
the acting. The actors were so good. Like it was cast so well, and then they just fucking said fuck it.
And the dialogue was so good too. I mean, it was so fucking on point and so well filmed, and the cinematography and the direction. It was a 10 out of 10 until the end of the movie.
You know what?
So the reason it's high on my list is just the only reason it's so high on my list is because for me, I enjoy rewatching it for that reason, and that's why. But I get it.
Well, I gotta be honest. Like I think, dude, I really, if they had done something like, and I don't even like this movie that much necessarily, but I feel like in M. Night's hands, it could have done something like The Witch.
It felt like that in the beginning, yeah.
Like if they had done something with an ending payoff like The Witch did, which I don't even think The Witch was a strong ending when they were all butt naked, like doing a Hooters dance.
Y'all want to see my dick?
Yeah, they were doing a Hooters dance around the fucking fire. I'm like, yeah, we got wings for free.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that ending over the fucking fact that they were just hiding from the modern world. I was like, that is so weak. That is weak sauce, dumb shit. But anyway,
I'm afraid of hobos.
Some people like it. Some people hate it. And that's called an opinion.
Yeah, most people do hate it. That's an unpopular opinion. I'm aware of that for sure.
My number 7, it's going to be brief. It's called The Visit.
That's not a movie. Oh.
I'm going to come in. Yeah, the briefcase.
The Pelican briefcase.
Hey, man. Hey, man, you hear about that girl that killed her fucking boyfriend and stuffed him in a briefcase? Or she didn't kill. She stuffed him in a briefcase and she didn't open it up and he died of suffocation. And she's on trial in a few months.
They were just fucking around. She's like,
yeah, dude, she had played hide and seek. And he got
fuck?
into a suitcase. Yeah, dude, I swear to God, he got into a suitcase. She zipped his ass up. And then he apparently was begging for her to let him out, and she didn't because they were both drinking, and he fucking died of suffocation inside the briefcase.
She did that shit on purpose.
Oh shit! She fucking killed his ass because apparently she
did that shit on purpose.
Apparently he'd hit her and stuff, and she's like, "I just didn't. I didn't think he didn't. I thought he had plenty of air."
She did that. Yeah.
Fucking yeah, dude. Anyway,
especially if he was hitting her.
I don't know. By the way, I don't know. I don't know. But that's what she said. But that was there's a movie called The Briefcase coming out soon by the M. Night. Anyway, The Visit. The reason why I like The Visit a lot is that was when we went and seen The Visit in the theater. I had no expectations for this movie to be good, 0, because up to that point, M. Night's movies had been dog shit. Like they had just been like I think After Earth came before The Visit. Like they were just garbage juicies all the way down the crack. And so I didn't really have much of this, but the trailers looked good. It looked like it was a return to kind of form for him, like the Sixth Sense kind of stuff. And so I watched it, and is there a bomb going off somewhere?
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck that was.
I heard a beat. Did you hear that?
It was in my living room.
Yeah. Like,
no idea.
I was like, goddamn Hydra agents have infiltrated the fucking base.
Yeah, no one's in here with me. I don't know.
That was weird. So dude, what if the FBI just picked us up for saying that?
We just got doxxed.
Yeah, like we said something else. Anyway, you can't say bomb. Anyway, The Visit. So sidetracked. I liked it because it was a return to form for M. Night. And in its own crazy way, this could be real. This could actually happen. I could literally wake up tomorrow and read on Yahoo News or fucking watch it on Fox or CNN or whatever fucking fake news station you want to watch and hear about a couple of kids that survived the night with some mental asylum patients that had escaped and pretended to be their grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this movie was one of M. Night's scariest because there was no supernatural element to it. There was no like overarching alien invasion possibly happening. This was like just a bunch of these are two crazy people that were off their meds that were doing that's fucking scary, dude. Like that could happen. Like people always say, oh, the strangers scare me because that could happen. This shit is like real crazy fucking people that I don't know, man. Like I like The Visit a lot. I feel like the reason why I hated it too is that rapping shit got on my fucking nerves. I want to smash that fucking kid's face to a goddamn wall so he can never talk again. Dude, I hated that kid. That kid's up there with the Babadook kid. It's up there the same.
100% agree. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, my number 7 is The Village as well. Just since we're talking about it, anyways, I'm right there with you on that one.
Oh, The Village as well.
Fuck!
Yes.
Shit! God!
Ah,
Balls!
you loved it
Because
so
they
much.
both
You put
have
it on there twice.
T's and V's. I want to
Mike gave
stick
a
my
big middle
V
finger
on
to
them.
fucking 4chan and Reddit that hates the village.
Look, I just need to be my L on some T's right now. But yeah, no, you're right, by the way. So after this is what happened before The Visit came out, dude. The Village, Lady in the Water, The Happening, Last Airbender, After Earth, and then The Visit. So,
so
5
weird.
Widely disappointing movies for most people.
That was his own Rocky story. He was like Rocky 3 in and now he's Rocky 4.
And this is where it came to him having to finance his own film. So he did found footage with this movie. Dude, this movie, and it's a love-hate story for me too. I'm right there with you. Oh my fucking God. When shit finally hits the fan in that movie and they go crazy and the dad stuffs a diaper full of fucking doo-doo in that kid's fucking face.
I loved it. I loved it.
Dude, he goes, you want some shit? He fucking shoves it in his face.
I cheered him.
God.
I was like, that's what we're talking about. Stuff that kid's mouthful of shit.
Oh God.
It was, but no, like under the house when that, the old lady's like she's doing the crawling thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like the girls that dude. There are moments in that movie that are really fucking genuinely scary, like and tension building, like really fucking amazing. And then there's other part like that fucking rapping ass kid. Why couldn't he just die? Why couldn't he fall down a fucking well or something and like break his leg and no one hears him scream and he dies slowly?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, dude, it's a fucking hit and miss movie. When it hits, and when she's like, "Go ahead and get in the oven," no, go on, get in there, get deeper inside.
Get your ass in there. We're gonna make bread.
Yeah, dude. When that movie hits, it fucking hits hard, and it's a scream. Like you watch it and you literally scream like, "Oh my fucking God, he's rubbing the shit in his face." But when it sucks, it sucks. It's really fucking annoying when that kid raps.
I feel like it's dude. I swear to God, it is absolutely. It's 100% the most absolute, most real horror thriller movie he's ever made.
It is. Yeah.
I think it's more real than The Strangers. I'm not saying that The Strangers couldn't happen. I mean, obviously, once in a butt crack blue moon, that could happen. But this, in escaped mental patients that are obsessed with like I could see that. I could literally hear about like or think about like reading that on Wikipedia that actually happened, or like fucking watching it on the news.
100%, dude. It's actually a well-told story. Like he did a good job with it. The movie would have been a fucking 9 or something if because the girl was annoying too. She's like, it's called ironic scoring, you idiot. No, she was definitely not as bad, but she was a snobby little asshole. Yeah,
she was.
I couldn't stand her either. So if the kids were actually likable, that movie would have been a fucking 9 or a 10. But I still loved it as well. What's show number 6?
Well, we don't have to go into this much because we've just talked about it quite a bit thoroughly for an hour or 40 minutes. A Knock at the Cabin. Yes. A Knock at the Cabin is my number 6. I liked it a lot. And we've explained pretty much throughout this video, the early part of this video, why we liked it so much, or like why I liked it so much. I don't have to go into the details of it. I think it's better than The Visit, The Village, Lady in the Water, just because I feel like he combines the tension building atmosphere that was successful for his older movies, but then he adds some kind of new elements to it. Like I feel like he's got like a different sensitivity with him now. I don't know. It was really nice. Like he had like a different balance with him. Unlike, I feel like I feel like one of those goddamn nerds at an art museum. So when I look at this painting, what the artist is saying to me is that he's frustrated. He's frustrated with life and he's done being nice. And like, yeah, but dude, it's just a dude holding his dongle. It's the statue of Donatello. And you're like, yes, but he's saying, be free with your wiener and be free with your life.
Helicopter. Unlike Rob Zombie, M. Night learned a little bit from his mistakes.
But no, I mean, Knock at the Cabin, dude, I just feel like it's a good movie. It really is. It's a solid thriller. And I'm glad. And I'm fucking happy for M. Night because he said, fuck you to critics. And he said, fuck you to like overly zealous fans that want these twist endings.
Yeah, so, I'm with you. I think, and again, like I said, dude, I think he did what Rob Zombie is unable to do, and he listened to his criticisms, and he got better from it. I hope that his next movie swings a little bit harder. Like, I hope he goes kind of back to his old ways a little bit, and like does some surprise shit, some original shit.
Too. It'll be called
But
The Seventh Sense.
I agree with you though, dude. All right, this one's gonna. So I have to pee again, so I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna run away because it's gonna make people really fucking mad at me. All right.
Yeah, that's what you do. You run away. Where were you, Charles? You leave me, Charles.
You just drop this bomb on me and then you run and hide in your room. Oh god, it hurts to fucking type.
Just say it and go. Just say it and go. Oh my god, you piece of shit, dude. You can't even capitalize it right.
Happening.
The happening. It sounds like you
hap-
wrote it like a 5-year-old.
Happening. Look, hey, this movie fucking sucks. All right, I agree with everyone.
It does, dude. John
This movie
was the
sucks.
best part.
This movie fucking sucks, but pure entertainment and rewatchability, that's why it's here for me. Look, I'm not here to fight you. I'm not here to argue with you folks.
Hey man, you go with your best self. Hey, I just don't like the fact that the Jolly Green Giant fucks everybody. Like
I know, look, you guys are right.
The green
I am
is
wrong.
steamed.
All right, I am an asshole for this being there, but god damn it, it's just I've got to put my dick out right now. I find this movie entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
Number one, John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. He's like a sub. He's like a sub. Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo has a great fucking.
He's great, dude. Love him. So
he
good.
Does. Mark Wahlberg.
He should have starred in it.
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg should have died early
as a fucking science teacher. Is the dumbest shit ever. This is Shyamalan's fucking B movie, dude, and I appreciate it for what it is. I think he knew it was a B movie. I don't think he was trying with this one. Fuck, come on, dude. Fucking I
don't think he thought like Marky Mark was gonna be that bad though, dude. Like
maybe.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, the plants keep like, yeah, can you feel it, baby? I got that good vibrations.
We gotta outrun the wind. It's so fucking amazing.
Bringing this to the entire nation. Black, white, red. Feel the vibration. Oh shit, Mark.
Even when it opens, he's like, "Have you kids heard about the bees? The bees are leaving the forest, and the country can't survive without the bees."
It's like, when the fuck did you hear about bees? Honey Nut Cheerios, you dumb shit.
Dude, and then motherfuckers jumping off the fucking top of buildings. He's like, oh my god, there goes another motherfucker off and top of another fucking building. The people, sadly, the imagery reminds us of some dark shit that actually happened in real life. But I thought that was fucked up when the construction crew guys were just like jumping off. And then you have the fucking found footage on the phone of the zebra, or not the zebra, but the lion or whatever the fuck was taking off that dude's fucking arm. And then people are just killing themselves in the park. It was twisted. It was fucked up. It had some dark, messed up imagery to it that actually shook me a little bit. And overall, it was just stupid as fuck and entertaining as hell. The plot was dumb as fuck. The writing was shit. Mark Wahlberg was awful, but I love the fucking happening, dude. I can't help it. I can't fucking help it.
Dude, I'd rather fucking watch his goddamn underwear commercials.
I love it, dude. I don't know what you want.
I mean, he's got sexy abs, but I mean, shit, I don't know about that. Like, goddamn, dude. At some point, you got to realize that the best movie you ever did was Rockstar. Get over yourself.
We gotta outrun the wind. All right, what's your number 5? And I'll go pee.
My number 5 is Signs.
5? You piece of shit.
Hey, bitch, you put mine. Hey, don't even get started on where you put your list.
I'm gonna spit your dick out of my mouth.
You better. I'm done. I've already finished. Yeah. Okay. So Signs is my number 5. M. Night Shyamalan's alien movie that came out of left field. Good stuff right there. I really think he did a good job. You also cast Mel Gibson. You cast some greatness, some sexy Joaquin Phoenix as well. The kids were tolerable. They weren't annoying. And you had some really good effects as far as like the alien itself. The water thing was a little stupid. I will be honest, but I still think it was still a good movie overall. I feel like Signs was one of those movies that I didn't have much. Well, no, I did have some expectation for it going in. I didn't really know anything because they were doing the crop circles. Because remember, there's a few, it was a while ago, but crop circles were a huge thing. And they were capitalizing on that phenomenon, these crop circles. And I know, by the way, the UFO people, it's been around for a while, but I'm just saying, I remember there was a spike in popularity on crop circles for a while. And M. Night was like, hey, I'm going to capitalize on it. And he did. And it was really cool how he integrated that into the film. Mel Gibson himself is amazing, as always, as an actor. I'm glad he got this role. It was really, I feel like there's 2 scenes in this movie that stand out to me. that are just incredible performances. Mel Gibson is that when they're at the dinner table and he's kind of like asking everybody about what they want, you know, because the end of the world is happening, the aliens are invading, everybody's unsure about what's going down, and they're all fucking freaked out. And he's like, well, I'm gonna have this and that, and they all make this crazy dinner, like this smorgasbord of different foods, and nobody wants to eat because they're upset, and he just starts taking and eating it because, you know, people are like, fuck, you know, they're like, God, Mel, stop, and he's like, oh, and he's like crying and stuff, and then his kids hug him, and then he like pulls in Joaquin. I love that. Like it was just like, that's a man that's like at his last rope. Like he was trying to keep things normal, keep things like chill, and then it was breaking down. Reality was breaking down. Like this is actually happening. I just thought it was really cool. And then the other scene that I really enjoyed in this movie, and I just thought it was great, was between him and Joaquin Phoenix when he said when his son, I think, yeah, his son was having an asthma attack. And again, in the movie, Mel Gibson was a former priest before he lost his faith when his wife died. But he's asking God to save his daughter, or he's like, please don't, please don't. And then he finally says, I hate you. You know, looking up to the skies, meaning that Mel Gibson, who used to be a priest in this film, is hating God. And then there's a scene that follows that where Joaquin Phoenix is like, don't you ever say that again, or don't you ever, you know, there was like, I saw that look in your eyes. I thought that was such a tremendous, incredible acting job by not only Mel Gibson, but the response that Joaquin gave to him. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Anyway, that's why Signs is number 5 for me. Is it number 5? Yes. I had to look at my own list. Signs is like, to me, Signs is like one of the better albums that the band known as M. Night Shyamalan produced before they went obscure. Before they, Austin says, Jay, did you blow the horn of Abraxas? Yes, I did. Yeah, I blew it at least 3 times. They can never get satisfied. But anyhow, I went off on a little tangent there about the Signs. Mike's going to have it way higher, 100%, because Mike talks about Signs all the time. And it really is a good movie. I will be honest, I don't think I gave it love until much later on. When I first saw it, it was like, whatever. But later on, as time progressed and I watched it again, I was like, it was really, really well done. Really, really good stuff. Tomo Gana says, don't do it 4 times. You're playing with it, Jay. I know, and you'll go blind and you'll never see it again. And that's the worst thing that could happen. My God, Tomo. Just don't tell me the realities of what could happen. Anyhow, that's what she says. I can't read. Teary face emoji. My God. You're doing a good job because you're in this chat. That's what she said. I love your list, Jay. It gives me a boner. Well, that's nice to know. That's what she said, because this is all about bone making wiener erection time on this channel at 9:52 in the evening. Barb, correct. Swing Away was my favorite part. Yes, good writing. Yes, I did like that. Oh yeah, the way they led up to that was so incredible. It was really nuanced stuff, and there was like little things that they put in the plot, little hints here and there, and then it all like connect for at the end. Again, it was prime M. Night. I think it was like M. Night was like firing on all cylinders when he wrote this movie. Even though I don't think it did that well, huh? I don't think Signs. I mean, I know it did well overall, maybe, but I don't think it did. Like the reception wasn't as high. Because wasn't this the movie after Sixth Sense?
Signs was there was Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, then Signs.
Okay, so he had back-to-back mega hits.
Yeah,
and then this one came out. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on a young director. I mean, you got to imagine, like M. Night he's 51 now, so that was back in the late 90s. So I don't know. You do math. I don't do math. I hate math. Math sucks my butt. So he was, but he was still a young guy. He was a young director, up and coming in Hollywood. He had 2 mega hits back to back, and then he does something like Signs, and then the whole thing with Mel Gibson happens. I don't know when the Mel Gibson drunken tirade thing happened.
It was after that, I think,
but I don't know how close it was associated with, because if it happened the year after, they would tie it back to that movie anyway. And then but Signs went out on its own because you're not dealing with supernatural at all. Like the last two movies were supernatural, superheroes and ghosts.
That's true.
And now you're dealing with fucking aliens, goddamn ET with laser guns. What the fuck, M. Night? Why you act like that?
I won't say shit about that one yet because that's.
I know where it is. I know where it is on your list.
It's next. No, I don't know.
Mike fucking hates Jewish people. That's what
I do not. Black, white, Asian field vibrations.
All right, I gotta go. All
right. So my number. Oh shit! I took the list away. What's happening? Why is the list not here? I'll just fuck. Where'd it go? I can't see straight. Something's wrong. Is it this one? Yeah, that'll work for now. My number 5 on the M. Night Omnibus is going to be. Fuck, what was my number 5? My number 5 is going to be Knock at the Cabin. Not a lot to say about it because we've talked about it already. But it's perfect. It's a middling M. Night movie for me. And that's not bad. Again, M. Night's one of my favorite directors of all time. I worship M. Night because even when he sucks trying to suck the golden gods. He goes for it. And I love that about him. So, but Knock at the Cabin, it was one of those, it was like, it's M. Night light to me. It was a good movie. It was solid. I enjoyed watching it. Not a lot of rewatch quality for me, even though it was really well made, solely because for me, the enjoyment of watching the movie is trying to figure out if this is all real or not. I feel like once you know the truth of the movie, it's not going to be as entertaining, especially since they didn't have the budget to really show off some of the stuff that they were doing. But Knock at the Cabin is it's a well-oiled fucking thriller, a well-made movie for M. Night. So I'll go ahead and jump to number 4 since we talked about Knock at the Cabin so much already. And my number 4 is going to be, this is playing with the balls a little bit. This is going a little outside, but it's going to be Devil. Now, M. Night did not direct Devil, but to me, Devil's an M. Night movie. Like he wrote it, he produced it. It feels like an M. Night movie. It's hard to fucking watch Devil and be like, oh, he didn't direct this. It feels like he directed Devil for sure. But goddamn, is this a good movie? Because the weird thing about it is I've seen this movie 5-6 times. Every time I watch it, I could watch it 3 months from now and be like, I have no idea what the fuck happens. This movie does some weird Mandela effect on you. Are you guys like me? Every single time I watch it, I go, I have no idea what happens in this fucking movie. And every time I watch it, I enjoy the twist. I enjoy how things are unraveled, how people start dying, the whole thing. And I'm always surprised by it. No matter how many times I see it, I forget what happens. So it's super rewatchable. And the actors, a lot of Logan Marshall Green, is that how you say his name? Annoying in most stuff. Hated him in Prometheus, but I liked him in this movie. But a lot of the actors are lesser known actors, but they do a really good job with their roles. And it's just fucking, it's one of the only truly scary elevator movies for sure. I mean, you got to see the scene in Speed in the beginning. That was fucking awesome. With the mystery guest, please check in. But the fact that they're trapped in an elevator, dude, I watched this like last night, and when everything goes black and the lights go off in the elevator and you just hear like that, and every time someone's fucked up laying on the ground afterwards, it's scary. It actually has really scary moments in it. And everybody gives Doctor Strange credit for like how they did the city streets and like flipped the camera upside down and did all that weird shit. Fucking Devil did that shit first. The cinematography and the camera work in Devil, when they go into the city streets and they flip it upside down and do all that shit, it's beautiful. And the mystery of like some guy jumped out this window, but he landed over here. And when they pause the screen and there's that devil face, like kind of like a Mothman Prophecies thing, scary as shit. Fucking scary. And you got that weird ass security guard that's sitting there like praying while he's doing it because he knows it's the devil the entire time. And you got that lovable ass, the old man who's the security guard. I love the characters in the movie. I like how it's a character study because you put these 5 people in an elevator and they all judge each other. It's like what's the Netflix movie? The Exam or Cube or something like that. Like one of those types. It could be a Saw type movie, really in a weird way. But you put 5 people in this really fucked up situation where they're contained. It's a contained thriller. Scary, underratedly scary, man. And I think this movie's underrated as shit. I think it came out at a time when people were a little bit sick of thrillers trying to surprise them and be edgy and shit like that. So I think when it came out, people automatically sort of shit on it a little bit. Oh yeah, you guys are right, by the way. He was great in Upgrade. My bad. Respect to Logan Marshall Green or whatever the fuck his name is. Upgrade, he was great in that. He wasn't annoying in that at all. But just it had the whodunit to it. It had the supernatural aspect to it. It had the M. Night vibes to it. I fucking like Devil a lot. I think it got shit on unfairly, for sure. It's a well-made fucking thriller, in my goddamn opinion. Luke Stoltz said he was a poor man's Tom Hardy. I can get that. Stephanie's gotten stuck in an elevator or two in her day. That's just because you're a bad person. I'm kidding. I love you, Stephanie, and you know that. But tell me this, does anybody else have that thing with Devil where like you can watch it and you always forget what the fuck happens to it? But it's got supernatural, it's got whodunit, it's got good acting in it, it's got good writing in it. I like the movie a lot. I thought it ruled. It's got some socio-political commentaries in there for sure. I think that movie kind of fucking rules, in my opinion. God damn it. Why didn't he direct that, by the way? It's weird. It seems like he would direct that movie. But if you haven't seen Devil in a while, check it out. It might surprise you about how much you actually like it. I'll answer a couple of you guys' super chitty chats while waiting for Jay to come back here. I'm just going to scroll my little way on up. Little Geppetto. John Carlin said, recently rewatched The Visit and remember just how insufferable that little shit was. Worse than the Babadook kid. Fuck yeah, dude. That little kid was fucking doing I'm not even going to try to attempt that awful rapping he was doing, but literally, I put a commentary on the Patreon last week, watched it for the first time since I saw it in the theaters. And if it weren't for those two fucking kids, that movie would have been way better than it was. God, that kid was fucking annoying. Hated him. Wanted to kick him in the head. I really was happy when the guy rubbed his shit in his face, to be honest. Dan Murphy says, Mike, you better have the happening. Wahlberg talking to a fake plant masterclass. Dude, again, I know it's a bad fucking movie, but Wahlberg was so good. He's like, I think the plants are trying to kill us. I don't know what the fucking's going on, but we got to outrun the wind. God, I love that movie, dude. I can't help it. And the cinematography was great, too. For Chosen treats.
Honey, you'll never believe what happened to me tonight.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, shit. I did.
Hey, Sean Tubby 123. It's good to see you, man. Feels like it's been a minute. Says, sup, glow sticks.
Hey.
Mike, real quick, serenade me with your Lucky Day in Hell from Scream 2. Mama grabbed onto the milkman's hand and she finally gave birth. Ooh, whoa, this could
Change
be
radio
your
station.
lucky
Immediately.
day in hell.
What is that? Is that a real song?
No, yeah, it's from the Scream 2 soundtrack.
Oh.
It's fucking awesome.
I know.
Jay, I love your hair down. Grow out the mullet. Love y'all. Dude, grow it out.
Nah. I'm getting it cut off tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I have a fucking haircut appointment tomorrow. 1 p.m.
Yeah, well, my shit's like a local goddamn redneck ass country boy fucking barber. Like he's like, how y'all do? You like NASCAR? Let me cut your hair real quick. He's gonna look at my hair like, you trying to be one of them gay boys? Like I'm not kidding. I mean, like, no offense, but that's how he is. Like it's just the way that the way he is. But he was like, I'm gonna walk in and be like, dude, I'm sorry. Like I'm not trying to join Def Leppard. I'm not trying to be Joe Elliott. Like God, if I took this hat off and you guys could see the length that it's grown in the back, like I'm losing my hair in the front, but it's growing in the back. Like it's party central in the back. Like fucking, I look like Kevin Sorbo with receding hairline.
When you came over the other day, I could tell like that you had been wearing a hat because it was flat on the sides on top, but the bottom was like flowing. But like the way it comes over the top, I thought it looked kind of nice, dude. You look kind of like a John Connor from the future.
Nah, man. I can't be doing that shit no more.
Jonathan Gerardo says, what's up, you sexy fox? I'm late to the live, but I'm here now and I'm strapped in or on and ready for the ride. Give me the wham.
Okay, we'll do that, Jonathan Gerardo.
Give me the money. Give back my son. Thanks, man. All right. Barb. Lovely Barb says, are you planning to do a Scream 6 spoiler party? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You're going to see Scream 6, aren't you?
Well, I have to because April likes it. I don't fucking like it, but I'll have to see it. No, I mean, also, like, here's the thing about Scream. All right. And I know I probably get shit. People are like, God damn, Jay's a fucking asshole. He don't like Scream at all. Like, it's not like that, all right? I just feel like Scream hit its peak. Maybe it's Scream 2. Maybe it's Scream 2. And then it was like Dunzy. It was Dunzo. I feel like the best movie was Scream 1. It was John Carpenter's masterpiece. So it had like Stu, it had I don't know, the other guy. I feel like it was a perfect movie. I feel like it had a perfect ending. I don't feel like there was sequels needed, but they did Scream 2. Scream 2, great. Scream 3, suck my balls. Scream 4, suck even harder. Scream 5, okay. And then we'll see what happens with Scream 6. But I mean, I'll be there for it. I'll be like that guy, be like, dude, I swear to God, you'll like this bar. Just come with me.
We've been there
like,
many times. I'm like, come on,
just
Jay.
come over. Just come, man. Just come. You'll like it. Stop being such a pussy. Enjoy it.
Austin says, if you could ride out the apocalypse with any 3 wrestlers, who would you pick? I'd go Dusty Rhodes, Paul Bearer, and 90s Shawn Michaels.
The apocalypse.
The apocalypse. I am with you. No, I would not go Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is going to be trying to be sexy and hot the entire time, and he's not going to be helpful. I'm going to go Goldberg because he
could spear things.
Yeah, you just point that guy at something and he'll shoot.
Don't forget, he can breathe fireworks.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to go Vince McMahon because he would be too pushy.
Yeah.
I'll go DDP.
You're not going to need a corporate guy.
No. I'm going to go DDP because not only is he a physical specimen, but he's a good dude.
He's into yoga, so he keep you in shape.
Yeah, he's got a good emotional EQ. Like, he'll help you out there. And then finally I'll go I'll go Sting because in an apocalypse like that, you want a guy who's just going to shut the fuck up and show up when it's time to go, and that's so I'm going to go Sting. Yeah, that's my 3.
I'm going to go with Prime Hulk Hogan, because he needs to motivate me and make me feel good and talk about the vitamins and the prayers and like, you're going to be all right. And like, I need that Hulk Hogan. I'm going to go with The Rock. I need the sassy attitude and the can-do attitude as well. I need that in my life as well. That's a contrast to Hulk. So I need 2 daddies that are doing that. And then Daddy, why are you doing that? Daddy? And my third choice, I think, to ride out the apocalypse with Rock, Hulk Hogan, Prime, by the way, not old Hulk Hogan.
You don't want racist Hulk Hogan? You don't want him spray
painting
the I
don't
on the
want
streets?
Flabby McFlabbitson from the fucking South Beach guy. But I respect, he's come, he's doing all right. I mean, I think he's made amends. I don't know, man. Honestly, I swear to God, I'm not trying to say this just because people are like, oh, of course. I'd pick Stone Cold. I just think he's a down home guy. Like, he'll drink a beer with you, but he can fuck shit. He's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, he's like Wolverine. Like, I feel like if Wolverine was a wrestler, it'd be Stone Cold.
Yeah. I'm with that. I'm with I like yours too. I would hang out with those dudes as well. Stacey James said, could we get ratings for Tarantino Scorsese sometimes? Yeah, dude. That'd be a fun ass ranking.
Yeah, Tarantino's. Well, he's only got a few left.
Or even a Friday Night Fights. Scorsese versus Tarantino.
That'd be a short one, though, because Tarantino's only got a few left.
Well, he's only got one left.
Well, he's only got like, I mean, I know, but Tarantino only, how many films does he have? I'll be honest, I've never seen Kill Bill.
I hadn't for the longest time, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, I was missing.
I mean, I know I'm stupid, right? I know, I get it, but I mean,
you gotta watch Jackie Brown too. You haven't seen that one either.
No,
that's good.
I watched it.
Oh, you did?
I liked it. Yeah, I did watch Jackie Brown.
That's a good fucking movie, man. That's a good idea, Stacy. Chad Power says, Jay, with your hair down, you look like Charles Bronson.
Cleaning up the streets, Chad. Cleaning up the streets.
Charlie Cord says, rank best to worst. Best to worst. Alice in Chains, Nirvana, PJ Harvey, or Soundgarden. And Soundgarden.
I don't know. What's PJ?
PJ Harvey. I believe they did. Oh God.
I don't know.
No, I the fucking song. Jesus Christ.
Pearl Jam.
Maybe he meant Pearl Jam. I was thinking of
dude.
Now they cut off. I'm an amputee. Goddamn you. I'm not sick, but I'm not well. PJ Harvey.
Well, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Here's the thing. I think your listing is pretty sexy already. You Alice, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. I actually would go with that. I'm not like. Here's the thing. I used to work at CVS. This guy was a mega Pearl Jam fan that I work with. His name was Kenneth. He was a cool guy, but he was the one that was always talking about Pearl Jam versus Nirvana. He went to every Pearl Jam concert, and he was like, Pearl Jam was doing the shit that Nirvana was doing well before they were doing it.
Harvey Danger, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, Harvey. Well, I mean, I would. Alice in Chains was great. Nirvana was great. Pearl Jam was great. Soundgarden. But I got to be honest, like the three, that's top heavy as fuck. Like that's real top heavy. But I mean, but again, I'm not a mega fan of Pearl Jam, so I would never. I like the debate. Like there is a debate going on between Pearl Jam versus Nirvana. There has always been that debate. Apparently, it's like some deep shit.
I think it's more of an Alice in Chains versus Nirvana. I think Pearl Jam, they're also grunge, but it's a totally different thing.
But no, they were saying, but
Nirvana
people were
was
like
more
saying
punk.
Pearl Jam invented it before Nirvana, but Nirvana got the attention early in the 90s.
I disagree with that, man.
I don't know, because Pearl Jam has been around for a lot longer than Nirvana was.
It's different. They were both part of the grunge scene, though. But either way, I mean, I would go best to worst: Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. Not an Alice in Chains fan. I get that people love it, but it always sounded the same to me.
I like that. Well, I think his voice was like the most unique among them all.
Dude, Pearl Jam. I mean, even then, I would say Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder.
But even when the guy I work with, Kenneth, was talking about Pearl Jam, I was like, yeah, but I never dug Pearl Jam. I never thought they were like. I heard Pearl Jam songs. I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. Like people like it, but it felt like it was too. I don't even know what the right word for it is. It's like it was like too Kmart. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I know I'm not trying to insult Pearl Jam fans, but it's just like one of those things. Like Pearl Jam, it just felt like it was too out there. It felt like they were trying to be the Led Zeppelin of the grunge.
For me, it goes Nirvana and then then Soundgarden. Then
well, people are gonna fucking hate you for Pearl Jam.
No, I think Pearl Jam has some great songs.
Pearl Jam invented grunge, not Nirvana.
Nah, I disagree with that. I very much so disagree with that. But either way, to each your own. It's different. To me, the Nirvana's grunge was way more punk. Pearl Jam never had a punk element to them at all.
I don't know.
You know, they had Evolution, maybe. It's Evolution, baby. That was like the only fucking
like a
punk
drunk
song.
guy at fucking B-dubs that just their football team won.
Pearl Jam had some weird Counting Crows shit to there. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah. I still
by
love
the way,
Pearl Jam, though.
But I like that question, Child of the Corn. That's exactly what a Child of the Corn will do. He'll cause strife in the middle of a live stream. Child of the Corn asks one question. Answer.
Soundgarden is fucking great, though. I do love me some Soundgarden. Black Hole Sun, won't you come?
Black Hole Sun was really good. I do like that one. That was on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that's a fucking great song. And then Chris Cornell is one of the greatest singers of all time, no doubt about it. Mercurio80 says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I was watching all 3 new Halloween movies, but I'm here now and I brought Michelob Ultra."
Hey, all right, Mercurio80. Hey, you like them?
We need a beer.
You like them? I do need a beer. Did you like them, Mercutio?
And can we have a Michelob Ultra?
So you watched them all 3, like back to back to back. Like that's some sexy stuff right there. That's commitment. I like it.
I still haven't done that. Also, DD8's got a good point. Stone Temple Pilots got to get thrown in there too.
Oh,
bang, bang, baby, it's the scratch, scratch, scratch.
What was the band? Sour Girl. Was that?
Sour Girl. Yeah, they did that. Yeah, they also did.
Sour Girl. That was a good song.
Fuck, what was the name of that? Oh my god,
I remember that video on MTV, Sour Girl, and I'm like, that man is way too attractive to be like depressed all the time. The lead singer. And like he had like a great body and he's like good looking. He looks like Jared Leto's cousin.
That was the thing though back then. They were all depressed, you know.
I know. I was like, you guys are just doing this to milk out money, you piece.
Not a happy guy, not a happy guy in the bunch.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, their name was Stone Temple Pilots, so they were Stone Sour, I guess.
Oh my god, I can't.
What was the guy's name that the lead singer of Slipknot formed a band?
Corey Taylor.
No, Corey Taylor, and he had a band. And they had that one song that was really big. Like it was like a, huh? No, I know. Corey Taylor
and Stone Sour. Stone Sour was his other band.
He was the lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SDP also had that great song. I got a girlfriend. She goes to art school. I got an art school girlfriend. Yeah.
Is that how you look when you take a shit at a Barnes and Noble?
Oh, so yeah, dude.
Corey Taylor, by the way, I was shocked, dude. When I heard Corey Taylor sing in Stone Sour, I was like, that guy can fucking sing, dude. Like that dude can sing.
He's just, I think
not screamer. He's not a screamer. He can actually fucking sing.
Yeah, I think he's a little full of himself, though. To me, I think he tries to get a little bit too. But
I don't
I
know.
see you walking through the glass.
Yeah,
Tell
but
me how much time has passed.
I don't know. Well, that song that he did with Stone Sour, it was like the I remember watching on like MTV when it premiered on the music video. I'm like, I didn't even know that was the guy because it was he had no makeup on. It was like a very basic video, and I'm like, it's a good song, and I'm like, that dude can fucking sing.
Yeah, Corey Taylor, to me, is just like he just seems like he's too on the nose for what he's trying to do. Like it seems like he's like a Walmart version of what he wants to be. I don't know. It's strange. I can't put my finger on or in why I don't like Corey Taylor. But Daisy Daughtry says, "Hey guys, just had Subway today.
Hey, all right.
Can I get a shout out from Slenderman? Also about to sit down and watch a movie. Any recommendations?"
Well, I mean, what are you in after a Subway sandwich? What are you into? Like, are you into that's a powerful question. Like, what recommendation as far as a movie goes? Is it horror? Is it action? Is it like a thriller? Is it a mystery?
I will recommend to you, sir, a movie I just watched for the first time the other night called A Ghost in the Machine. Never saw it before.
I feel like JC is a woman.
Either way, Ghost in the Machine is it's a 90s cyber horror movie. And dude, it's got, if you're a 90s kid or an 80s kid, it's got all the nostalgia. It's a serial killer who gets trapped inside of of electricity. And it's basically the plot to Shocker kind of, but it's kind of a little bit meaner. But it's kind of like, it really, dude, it's Final Destination before Final Destination because these people are going to die. He's the address book killer. And he goes through their address books and kills them one by one. And he does it with electricity.
That's a good one.
I had a blasty blast. The last half sucks, but the first half's really
JC, I'm going to say if you've had Subway and you're just like in the mood to absorb something, watch The Client with Tommy Lee Jones.
I like that.
Right movie. There. The Client. That's some good shit right there. That's a good, powerful movie. And as far as like, me so happy that you had Subway sandwich today. Now your mind is clear. Your belly is full of fresh fruits, vegetables. If you had fruits, if you had a salad, a fruit salad.
Ooh.
And so enjoy The Client this evening. Enjoy The Client. Sit back, relax in your recliner, put like some massage oils on yourself, and just watch The Client. Watch Tommy Lee Jones should take you into another universe.
It's a solid movie. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, The Client is a really unbelievable, underrated movie.
Been a minute.
Well, I can't say underrated. It actually got the praise.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it, dude. Colton says, "What's y'all's favorite Ice Nine kill song?" Dude, I gotta be honest with you, Colton. Like, every song I hear Ice Nine do is good. Like, it's good. Like, the guy can sing. He's handsome as shit. The band's amazing. But I gotta be honest, man. I never ever am sitting in my car and I'm like, I want to listen to some Ice Nine.
I get some Ice Nine on my ass.
Yeah, it's just too much of the same thing. Like, I don't know. Again, it's too on the nose. It's like, when you're writing a song and it's about a movie, it doesn't feel like I like songwriting. I like lyrics. I like songs that come from the heart. And when you write songs based on a movie, it just doesn't resonate with me. It all sounds great. And I would go see them live. And I think they're an amazing, talented band, but I just never listened to them, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe the first Ice Nine song we reacted to, I mean, it was about Jason or something. I feel like that was really good.
That was a good one.
I'm not a big, yeah. They suck. No, I'm kidding. I like them, but I'm just like, I like that one song, but you know, I would never probably listen to them in my car driving down the highway at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend who the only thing he listens to is Ice Nine Kills. He's like, I don't even know music. I just like
he's probably angry.
Horror movies. Well, it's Derek, so yeah.
He's an angry little man.
Oh fuck. But yeah, I
reminds me when I listened to nothing but Eminem when I had a job at Movie Gallery, and I would drive, and like his third album came out, and I got mad as fuck. I hated everybody.
I do respect them though. I respect them as a band. I really do. It's just not my thing as far as like something I listen to out of just my own when I'm alone in the car. But let us jump into the list again. I already did my number 4. It was Devil.
Close.
I think it's underrated. I think it's wonderful. What is your number 4?
Well, we talked about this. I know that he produced it, but it does feel like like Mike was right. Mike texted me. He was like, just in case this is in your fucking list. I was like, it would never be in my list because I forgot that he had anything to do with it. But it does feel like an M. Night movie. Devil. For sure.
Oh my god.
No, dude, it's not. No, that's not my list. No, I was talking about your list.
Shut up.
My number 4, we've already talked about it, is Glass. I like Glass quite a bit. You shut your goddamn hole until Daddy's done talking. No, I liked Glass a lot, man. Yeah. Other than the ending, which is it skates off the rails of fun when they kind of end it in the humdrum way they do. I feel like everything else about this movie, this is the way I wanted my DC to be. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I wanted everything in this movie to be how DCEU approached the superhero genre versus the MCU. Okay, so when I saw Glass, yes, there was a lot of slow down moments about it and things like that. But when they finally opened the door to the possibilities of other superheroes and things like that, and they had this big giant fight in the middle of this psychiatric facility, and the world saw it, what it did was it knocked on the door and said, "There's other things here now." That's what Mr. Glass wanted. I think was he was almost like a weird evil Charles Xavier or something. Like he set all this shit up through manipulation and not mind control. I know that's Xavier, but manipulation and moving the pieces together to get this so that everyone could see and know that these heroes exist, or these supernatural beings exist, or these enhanced beings, or whatever you want to call them. I fucking love. I thought it was so cool, man. I really did. And the buildup was great because you didn't expect it. That was what the best part about this movie was. When Split happened and the end of that movie, and you're like, oh my God, that is fucking incredible. Like that, I feel like that was like as cool as any kind of like MCU tack on extra credit ending that you have to set through 55 minutes of fucking, credits or whatever. I have to sit here.
Yeah, but dude, the goat laughed.
Yeah. Well, I know, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like I like Glass a lot, dude.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
I know. But McAvoy is great. Bruce Willis was awesome. Samuel L. Jackson, you can't get better. And it was really cool. I mean, as far as a fan of Unbreakable, and that came out years before this, that came out in the late 90s, to see all this culminate, like this slow burn. Like they were doing this shit before fucking Iron Man. Iron Man came out in 2008, dude. Yeah. And they had already set up a universe in 1997 or 1998 or whatever. I mean, to be honest and to be fair, there's no way to know that M. Night was thinking that they were going to have any kind of like sequels or shared universe situation. But either way, yeah, man, I thought Glass was great. I loved Glass, except for you mentioned that I hated the fact that he died by the puddle of water. I feel like it was like unceremoniously done. I feel like it was stupid, but it was also sad. But also at the same time, it's kind of like one of those things is like, all right, let's just get it over with. Like, yeah, we're going to move into a different, bigger, I swear to Christ, dude, if they had used this as the starting point, the jumping board off into something like Heroes or into their own separate superhero universe, man, that's how you do it right there.
I would have traded Glass in for sure for if we just got a whole movie about Dunn Security and like Bruce Willis as the what do they call him? I keep forgetting it.
The Guardian.
Is it the Guardian?
Guardian or something like that. I can't remember.
But just him and his son working together to take down bad guys. That was so cool.
I feel like using this as a jumping off part to like your own independent. And imagine this: you're not beholden to like fucking Marvel or DC. You can make your own superheroes, and these are like real life dudes, and gals.
Idea was beautiful.
You can make these. This is like what Image comic books with Tom McFarlane wanted to do. They wanted to make their own thing without having to be like subservient to Marvel or DC. Just do their own fucking thing.
So someone in the comments when you were talking, Resident Dr. Evil said the puddle of water was ridiculous. And to that, I just remind me when we're done with this list, I just want to end the stream by pulling up something, since we were just talking about grunge bands and the word puddle came up and we're talking about Nirvana. We got to watch just a little snip, a snip together with you guys of one of the worst moments in music's history.
That's literally like watching David Hasselhoff eat a Wendy's burger off the fucking ground.
So bad. is
I know.
so fucking bad. And if you don't know
most,
what we're talking about, hang around because it's a fucking
nasty.
treat.
I don't like to see it. But anyway, that's my number 4.
Well done. I'm gonna go. My number 3 is gonna be now we're getting the fucking some great goddamn films, dude. Some great goddamn films. The Sixth Sense, probably gonna be top of many people's list, you know. Look, I didn't like The Sixth Sense for a long time, but that I recognize that that's partly my fault because the first time I watched it, I think I kind of dozed off, wasn't paying that great attention, and when the twist shows up, it was M. Night's first. He did 2 movies before this, but this was the first M. Night movie, you know?
Yeah.
And when the twist
came out, I kind of feel bad for him though, because if he had known what would set him up for the future, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. But like when I watched it, I went, okay. I wasn't able to appreciate what all had happened and what had just unfolded. So I kind of got tainted on it. Maybe I would have liked it better had I been a little bit older. I think I was trying to make out with some girl or something in the movie theater, wasn't paying attention, fell asleep, whatever it was. But I just went and watched this a week ago for probably the 3rd time I've ever watched it because the second time I didn't really like it either.
Yeah.
But I watched it again and now I can appreciate it for what it is, man. I mean, the sadness, really, to me, the whole movie is about how sad it is to fucking die. You know, apart from the twist and the shocks and all that, it was never scary. I don't think the movie was ever fucking scary. And I think that's what kind of maybe threw me off. I thought it was supposed to be way scarier than it was. But it was feeling really bad for that kid. Because something they don't actually point out in the movie, but is in the in between the lines, is that kid was abused by ghosts. Yeah. Like when they trapped him in that thing with those fucking assholes trapped him in that thing, that ghost did shit to that kid.
Yeah, in the dungeon or in the attic thing. Yeah.
So whatever. The kid was physically abused and God knows what else. And that's why he was so fucked up. And like, there's a lot more layers to that movie when you rewatch it. That's really fucked up. And just the sadness of Bruce Willis's character, how he feels about his wife, but also loves his work, how all that ties into it. Sixth Sense is really fucking depressing, dude. Yeah. But, I think everybody thinks of it as this gigantic, crazy, scary movie twist, but I think it's a really sad fucking movie, but really well made. I love it.
Yeah, 100%,
it's a good movie.
100%.
I don't love watching it like I do some of the other movies on this list, but it just deserves the respect, you know?
Stop flip-flopping.
Stop flip-flopping. I misspoke, honey.
Baby, fuck. Let me tell you something. No, I agree with you for the most part, 100%. My number 3, and we've talked about this a little bit. Unbreakable is my number 3. I think that again, it was the first time I never expected this movie to be what it was like at all. When I obviously, for like, as most of us were, I was introduced to M. Night through Sixth Sense. So when Unbreakable came out, I had no fucking clue it was a superhero take with a unique twist, and I really loved what he did, man. Like he did. He did the best type of like what if a real life superhero existed in our world? What would that be like? And he took that story and he ran with it. And there was something about this movie that, man, it just stands out. Like I feel like this movie is a blueprint in a lot of ways. Hear me out. I feel like it's a blueprint in a lot of ways for like Zack Snyder's DCEU. Or even MCU back before they were bought by the fun-loving Disney fucks. You know, what's it like to be a normal dude and you just work a job and you have a family to take care of and support, and you're just going through your life, and then you discover, or you know, that you have these gifts, these abilities, but like you can't fly, you know, through the fucking air like Superman. You can't leap over tall buildings and shit. You can't pick up tanks and throw it at invading countries. You have powers, but you have to figure out how to use those and utilize those so you're not exposed, so you're not studied, like in the real world, how would that work? And man, I feel like M. Night was like pioneering a lot of this more like grungy, down on the surface level heroes in the film that we see in a lot of ways, that's reflected in stuff like Punisher on Netflix or Daredevil on Netflix or something. This to me is like, I feel 100% do. I feel like Unbreakable is quintessentially 100% exactly what it would be like in the real world if heroes existed.
It may be the best non-superhero superhero movie of all time.
Yeah, because I always wondered I go on Reddit sometimes. I'll be like, in parallel worlds, could the Avengers exist? Like, or could the Justice League exist? And if you believe in that shit, like, yeah, and if you believe in the parallel world theory, every universe could have that hero.
Yeah.
But if we had a hero in our world, in our particular reality, in our existence, it'd be like that. It'd be like an Unbreakable. It'd be like Bruce Willis. It'd be like a guy that could do extraordinary things that you couldn't explain, but you would never think right away, that's a superhero. You would never think, oh, that's like he can bounce a bullet off his chest, or he can pick up like a car and throw it. You would never think that way, but dude, like some of this movie's got so many cool notes to it, the way that it like goes. And like, I feel like the coolest part, dude, I loved it. I thought it was so fucking well done, is when there's two scenes. When his son is down, and I hate his son, but when he's lifting weights and his son keeps putting weights on and he keeps on and he's struggling, because that, I feel like that's real. Like if you were a superhero, you would struggle. And then he's like, how much did you put on there? He's like, all of them. And he was able to do it. And then there's one scene, dude, I loved it. At the very end of the movie, when he had rescued the family and his son was reading the newspaper and he looks up at him and he had the cloak on, and he looked like a superhero. It was just a sketch, and he starts crying and he was like, yeah. Dude, fucking amazing shit right there.
It's my number 2. It's honestly, and this shock, like, it's such a fucking amazing movie. Like, it's such a goddamn amazing movie that it's hard for me not to put it number 1, despite how I feel about my number 1. Everything you just said.
I did cry, by the way. That was the one movie that made me cry when the kid was crying.
Yeah, that got me too.
Yeah.
And everything you just said about it's 100% fucking on the nose. There's not much more to say about it than what you said, but except for just the cinematography, dude, how beautiful. It looks like a Fincher film. Like it's got the vibes of an M. Night film, but it looks like a David Fincher film with the dark blues and the way they shot it. The shot when Bruce Willis is after the train wreck and he's sitting in the hospital and he's sitting in the back room and the doctor's talking to him, but there's a body like right here.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's 2 survivors. And they're so quiet and hushed tones the way they're speaking. He's like, the reason I'm asking you this is because there's 2 survivors. One of them is right there, and it's about not to be a survivor. And you see the blood start to fill in the body.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's watching it. And his realization of him becoming a superhero. My favorite scene in the entire movie is the exact same dude, the weightlifting scene. When he's like, Joseph, he was like, what do you do if I get hurt? You go get mom or whatever. Yeah. And the kid puts more weights on him unknowingly, and he keeps doing it. I feel like that's how it would be if you realize.
That would be 100%. That's how you would know.
Yeah, dude, and it was so fucking good, and just
because you imagine if you were like that guy, you look back, you're like, I fucking did that.
Yeah, and there's so many layers to that movie. Like, there's something to be said for there, and he says it many times in the movie, and I think it's overlooked because it's all the superhero and the horror stuff and whatever. But like, there's something to be said about the fact that he's talking in that movie. He says it multiple times. He's like, I don't feel right. He's like, I wake up and there's a sadness in me. He was like, and that's why he's estranged from his wife. That's why he can't connect with his child.
But he's like, I wake up every day. But that's why it's beautiful with him and Samuel L. Jackson when he's like, I knew there had to be someone like you.
Right. And when he's like, you know, I wake up sad every day, and he was like, something's missing. I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And like you said, Samuel L. Jackson knew. He was like, because I have the same feeling. And then just the way that movie is so fucking underrated. Even talking about it right now, I want to smack myself in the face for not making it number 1, just to put some respect on its goddamn name. That movie is a fucking all-time classic.
Dude, it really
is
good. And the fact that Sam Jackson so well done in that movie as Mr. Glass, because the fact that he didn't want to be the villain. He didn't want to be the villain. He was he was a comic book nerd, right? And he loved the idea of a superhero, and he felt like because he was at one end of the spectrum where his bones could shatter so easily, there had to be somebody out there on the other end of the spectrum where they can't be broken.
Yeah, he was a broken person.
I'm like, dude, this is like fucking Dr. Doom. This is like Red Skull. Yeah. This is like not Red Skull necessarily. He's not a racist or anything, but I'm like, these are villains that are more intelligent. They're not like using their brawn. They don't need to use brawn. Their minds. I was like, dude, this is so fucking well done. It is so well done. And I stand by it, dude. I think this movie, Unbreakable, is the blueprint that a lot of the big studios used to make their more realistic superheroes moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. We'll save it for another Friday night fight. But great question is, what's the better fucking team up? Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable, or Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in Die Hard with a Vengeance?
Well,
tough, dude.
That's hands down Die Hard. Like,
hey, those two are gold together, though.
They are great. Their chemistry is off the charts.
Dude, I just want to sleep in the back of Mr. Glass's car, though. You see how soft that fucking thing looks? Yeah. Like when he puts his cane down on it?
No, but I don't want to wake up and him like fucking stabbing something in my eye and be like, you only need to see half of what I'm going to show you. I'm like, what?
when he falls down those steps, like, you know that shit hurt.
Well, I'll go my number 2. We've already talked about this in great length. I'm going to go with The Sixth Sense. It's the one that started it all. It's the one that really set him on the map. As everybody will tell you, the first time you watch it, the first time ever that you watched it, you had no idea that twist was genius. Yeah. Fucking genius. The acting was incredible throughout the entire movie, and they always give credit to and they, as they should, of course. Bruce Willis was awesome in it. What's his name? The little kid. Haley Joel Osment, is that it?
Yeah. That's the one.
Incredible child actor. Very fat now with a great beard. And also the mom was incredibly well.
Toni Collette.
Yeah, she was great, and nobody mentions her. She was so good. I love the movie top to bottom, man. Bottom to top, no faking it, loving it, licking the pavement where it walks.
From the top to the bottom, to top. I stopped at the cord.
Ninja rap. I loved it. There's so many subtle things about this movie that just make it stand out. It's incredible. It literally, for me, it's M. Night Shyamalan was the Kurt Cobain in this particular instance with horror, as far as like making a twist that just really jacked your jockeys up in your crack. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Did I get fingered in my dirty hole? I think I got fingered in my dirty hole.
I've got my fingers.
And I'm not saying like, listen, obviously John Carpenter, Wes Craven, of course, Wes Craven with Scream changed the game. But I feel like M. Night, man, I feel like M. Night's left out of the list that he should be included in. Like M. Night changed horror and thrillers in a way that had never been done before. Sixth Sense.
One of the greatest thriller directors of all time.
People are like, well, Alfred Hitchcock. Yes, Alfred Hitchcock was very twisty in his nipples as well.
And he had some stinkies too.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like as far as the modern day century, M. Night did what, I'm not saying he's Alfred Hitchcock, don't get me wrong, but he did some Alfred Hitchcockian things, especially with The Sixth Sense. Yeah, I feel like he updated what Hitchcock did, and he brought that to a new audience. Man, The Sixth Sense will always be legend. It's a legend.
I'm with you, dude. I'm happy as shit he exists, and I love that fucking movie. My number 1, Signs. I think everybody knew that was coming. All right,
you fucking Jew hater.
Look, dude, I'll be brief. Man. I will. Yeah. This movie fucking blew my mind. Saw it in the theater when they're at that fucking child's birthday. Maybe the greatest jump scare of my life is when they're at that, and he's like, "Vamonos, children, vamonos," and that fucking alien is in the street. Oh, dude, shit my pants. Like, oh my god,
that was awesome. Yeah.
Everything down to it had all the greatness of like Independence Day when those things are hovering and you know it's coming. It's got all the greatness of like of a secluded just horror movie. They're out there in the middle of fucking nowhere, and then top that off with the drama of the family stuff that's going on with the dad who's lost faith because of everything that happened with his wife. He used to be a preacher. The one of the greatest Mel Gibson performances at the dinner table. He's like, well, fine, I'll just have a little bit of what everyone's having. He's fucking eating the mashed potatoes and he's crying, fucking crying, eating the shit, dude. Like,
I got teary on that scene.
Oh, dude, that scene breaks me down. Amazing family movie, amazing story about fucking grief. Amazing. It's got amazing horror elements to it, as far as like it's got a Night of the Living Dead vibes to it when they're in this house in the middle of this farm away from everybody and things are trying to break in. It is everything I love about fucking movies, dude. This would be a top 5 all-time movie for me. I adore this movie from start to fucking finish. it's a 10, dude. I fucking love this movie so much. I don't know
movie.
what else to say that hasn't been said. It's a perfect film to me.
It's a good movie. There's no doubt.
I love aliens.
My number one is going to be Split. Again, these movies have been on the very back end of the butthole on Mike's list. So
Splot.
I
splotted on your.
What happened was the Academy Awards splotted all over James McAvoy's face when he should have been nominated. No, he should have fucking won the Academy Award for Best Actor in a film. 100%.
I agree with that.
This movie, again, it's got problems, yes, but I feel like the fact that it's so unique, it's so different, and the fact and it's so fascinating, dude. You have James McAvoy, who is a magnet of like this type of, I don't know what you would call it. He sucks you in. He's a magnet of suction.
The suck zone.
The suck zone. He like the way that he's able to bring out these characters, and he's able to do it so convincingly. Their accents, their mannerisms, their facial movements, their facial tics. Dude, I loved it from the beginning to the end. I really did. I thought this movie was perfect. I really did like this movie a lot. I didn't even, because it also kept me guessing, was he telling the truth about the Beast? Like, is the Beast a real thing? You can't take on the Beast? There was something about that though. I loved it though, because I kind of start rooting for him. Because you had you had Patricia, who was like the controller. Then you had the nerdy OCD guy that was cleaning everything, and then you had the little kid, and then there was another character, and then the Beast. Dude, James McAvoy literally played like 5 fucking characters in this movie, and they were so unique and distinct. I can't believe this dude didn't win an Academy Award. I feel like it's M. Night's best work. Well, I feel like it's his best work. I mean, I feel like it's so amazing. And dude, that ending scene, that motherfucker could be a screensaver when he's like, oh, he's pulling the fucking thing and his mouth's bleeding, but he's bending.
It's like he's trying to force out a shit.
Yeah, but he's bending the fucking bars, and you're like, oh my god, he's got super strength. And then the ending with Bruce Willis and Unbreakable, I'm like, oh my god, I want to see those guys fight. Like, dude, this shit was like Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War before Infinity War. But that's it, man. That's why I love it so much. I don't know. I just feel like it.
Hey, both of our
I feel like it
ones
delivers on what
S.
Unbreakable promised, but you didn't even know it was coming, and I feel like that was the surprise treat in your stocking.
I love a surprise come in my stocking.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
That's our top 10, guys. Hey, do us a favor, comment below on this video what your top 10 would be, because I feel like everybody's is going to be different. I mean, look, this is probably one of the most different lists that you and I have ever had. Usually we're a little bit closer. We're all over the fucking place on this thing. Yeah, we're all over the fucking place.
We only had like, we weren't going to put After Earth on there, even though that's a great movie.
That's a great one, dude. That honestly,
it's so good it can't be on a top 10.
I'm so mad that it didn't win an Oscar. I didn't even put it in my list. I just boycotted.
Can we all say Jaden Smith? When you say Jaden Smith, do you guys not hear Academy in your head?
Honestly, whenever someone says Marlon Brando, I say, why not Jaden Smith?
I mean, why not? Because he's black?
Yeah,
fucking racist.
That's why. That's the problem. They just don't respect
Jaden Smith is an underprivileged black person that deserves an Oscar.
It's the greatest actor of our time. Child of the Corn says, yo, fellas, the Batman 2022 was my favorite film of last year. I think it was my number 3 or 4. Do you think the film garners the most facets of horror than any other entry? Do you see elements of old school giallo? Are you fans of giallo? Giallo. I can say we're not giallo guys.
Is that the Italian horror?
Yeah,
guy?
Italian horror. Jay and I have never been big fans of Italian.
I'm not. No, but I do agree with you about the Batman 2020. I loved it. I think it's the best representation of Batman ever.
I couldn't disagree more with that.
You told me this many times, but I do.
But I do like. I do think it's a good movie though. I enjoyed it for sure. That's a good question you asked though. What's the most horror fueled Batman movie? It's got to be either this or Batman Returns.
No, it's the Batman 2022, 100%. Like they infused 7 in it. Like that's 100%.
Yeah, I just I mean,
no, I mean, you
Harvey
can't even
Oswald.
no, dude,
like
it's 100%. The Batman 2022 is literally 7 with Batman.
For sure. It's I guess I don't know, man.
What do
Like
you say,
fucking
Batman Returns with fucking Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Well, I'm not thinking Michelle Pfeiffer though. I'm thinking about the Penguin and the storyline with that, and I'm thinking of
You
Christopher
gotta admit,
Walken.
I played this stinking city like a heart from hell.
Heart from Hell.
You're
Heart
like,
from
yeah,
Hell.
well, you lost
Heart
all
from Hell.
when you were rocking around in your little Batmobile trailer.
I think the Batman 2022 was more on purpose, like streamlined horror, but Batman Returns was more like natural horror. Christopher Walken was probably the scariest thing in that movie. You know,
I feel like
Fucking
they
weird.
missed an opportunity with Batman Begins because in the trailer for Batman Begins, it looked like a horror movie.
Well, and when he gets gassed up and he's like, oh, he's got chocolate falling out of his mouth.
Yeah.
All right, the chocolate fountain.
Yeah, it had some. Yeah,
So
he had some
there's
cheap
that
ass
too.
from Valentine's Day. Yeah.
That's for sure too, man. But yeah, no, that's a great question. But yeah, my friends, this is the end of our stream. We have
must
finished.
now depart.
It's time for an ass whooping.
It's time for Magician Mist. I'm
losing
fart
my
and
mind.
go into, by the way, I pre-ordered the Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be available to play tomorrow. At 3 p.m.
Is that a new movie? Is that a new Harry Potter?
It's a new Harry Potter video game. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should get with the times because you sound like an idiot when you're acting like
shit,
a
son. Sorry, I don't watch TikTok.
on TikTok because I don't even know what that is. So you just sound like an idiot.
Oh shit.
No, I didn't want to. Well, you know what convinced me is that you can be evil or good in that. I'm gonna go evil as fuck. I'm gonna kill people.
I don't know what the fuck.
No, but Memphis probably like it. You should get it for her.
She grew out of it. She's not into it.
Well,
anymore.
you should get it for your wife. She likes it.
She does. Yeah. Well, maybe. Who knows?
You can literally, you can make your character. You can like change them, and you can join a house. Like you could be like the Gryffindors or the Slytherin people. I'm just gonna play it so I can kill fucking people.
I've been playing Battlefield Hardline. I downloaded that on Game Pass.
You bought that or you?
No, it's free. It's on Game Pass. I don't play shit, so I just thought I want to shoot some folks.
I feel like Riddler in Batman Forever is like, he's like Bruce Wayne.
We have one more thing to do before we go, as promised. Are you guys ready for the greatest musical moment of our time?
Be leaving soon. I pull my cord, dude.
Give it.
No,
I
dude,
won't do the whole
can't.
thing.
No, I don't.
I won't do the whole thing. Just take it. It's funny. Come on, laugh
It's
with me
awful.
a little bit here. It's terrible, but it's funny
I feel
how
bad
terrible
for
it
him.
is.
He's like drunk.
So we all talked about. We've all been talking about grunge, the grunge music, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. None of them reached the musical mountaintop that is Puddle of Mud covering Nirvana's About a Girl.
Yeah, this guy made a fucking temple.
I'll let the song speak for itself.
Oh my lord. Look, he don't even believe in himself.
Can you hear that all right?
Yeah. This is not the one I was thinking of. He was at a live show. Oh. Yeah.
Thank you for this too. I do have a clue. Take it and it's wrong. You hang me.
This is like when you're too drunk and you're trying to pass a shit in the bar, in the bathroom. You're like, it's like you go to the bar. You go to the bathroom in the bar and you're trying to get shit, and you just heard a song that they're playing on the radio. You're like you're just singing it because you're so fucking wasted. You don't even know what's going on.
This is literally me on the toilet after I did the one chip challenge. This face right here. Here it is.
Gotta bite that lip. Well, no, I don't. You know what? I feel kind of more bad for him in this because he's trying. The other one, dude, he did a live show. He wasn't like he was drunk.
I don't think he never said he was drunk. He just said that he was tired. He was sleeping.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of drinking all this beer. I'm tired of drinking all this beer, so I know I'll go and do a live performance while my band walks away from me. Yeah,
Dude, the saddest part is you could see the band while he's playing going.
No, I thought you were going to show the one that they were doing when he was doing like the live, like unplugged thing.
Oh, that's the only one. That's the one. That's
no, I swear there was a one where he was like doing an unplugged thing with like an audience, like right in front of his fucking face.
Oh, that's either way. It's so fucking bad. It's so painful.
It's like when Ace Frehley released his own "Shock Me, Make Me Feel Better."
Free.
Hey guys, I'm pretty sure
she fucking hates me.
Yeah.
No, that'd be like she fucking hates me again.
As Guardian says, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
thanks for hanging out this time, my friends.
Good times. Good times.
Oh,
good.
Squish
The
that
bat.
fucking face. Make the
The
jelly come out.
is on the loose.
Hey, man. Good M. Night lists. I liked
Yeah.
it. I liked it. I feel like if people were new to M. Night, they'd be like, we got some too diverse lists, but I feel like they line up essentially.
Yeah, we had. You know what?
Those are the best 10 movies M. Night's ever done. You can't argue with that shits.
Yeah, fucking A. I had a good time. I had a good time with you, and I had a good time with all of you. So we'll see you guys fucking soon.
For sure.
Till my rooster crows.
For sure.
Coo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
You know,
It's
the
time for me to
twist
go.
ending, this is going to be on Cody Leach's channel.
The entire time.
Yeah, the entire time Cody Leach has been directing this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Cody Leach and Jay's gonna be Dave McRae.
And then Cody
We're
Leach
rip
is going
off
to
our
show up.
mouths.
He's like, you know, top 10 things I hate about a fucking knock in the cabin in the woods.
We love your fucking faces, guys. Good night.
See you guys. Bye. Bye. Get
See
laid.
you,
Bye.
man.